This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Double G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day.
Wouldn't you then? That wouldn't be a good thing for you.
And why is that?
Why? Why is that?
Because if you don't, you'll miss it. Miss what?
Greatest show ever.
It's the greatest show of all time.
On a Tuesday?
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Boom! It's showtime!
Get ready.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Here we go.
Now.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Here we go.
On 95.5 KLAQ. Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for joining us today for this Tuesday. It is July 30th. That means there are only 2 days left in the month of July Iron Maiden. But don't worry, we're still got 2 days to play Iron Maiden, give away some great collectibles from the band, from Bruce Dickinson, lead singer of Iron Maiden, and of course those blocks of Maiden that we're running for you. So we still got 2 days left in July Iron Maiden, and I'll tell you about our promotion next month for August. Good morning, Alberto.
Good morning, Buzz. How was your short period of time before work?
My short period of time. What are you talking about?
Well, you spend so much time here, and then you go home for so little. How was that time?
I went to go see Deadpool Wolverine, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. Although, as I'm looking at some of the news audio today, there are spoilers in that because they're talking about to somebody who makes a cameo, and so I guess that cat's out of the bag. Good morning, Nico, wherever you are.
He's in spirit. He's in here with us in spirit.
It's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun to time it and see, will Nico show up before we take the first commercial break, or will he show up after?
Sometimes I watch the cameras, but then I get distracted. They're kind of small.
This week, we've got the season finale of Cool Canyon Nights presented by Westar at McKelligan Canyon Amphitheater. Fungi Mungle is going to be on the main stage. Remember, this is our free concert series. No admission. Parking is free. We even have it worked out with Charlie Clark Nissan. They're running shuttles, so you get up right to the entrance. But tonight is the final night for the summer of Cool Canyon Nights with Fungi Mungle. This week's Cool Canyon Nights on Thursday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Chill out this summer with Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Special thanks to our sponsors, L&F Distributing, White Claw Hard Seltzer, Johnson's Jewelers, Twin Peaks, Tea2Go, everybody who participates in putting on this free concert series. It's been successful. We haven't had a single rain out this summer, so that's good. And Fungi Mungle, ready to take the main stage of McKelligan Canyon Amphitheater on Thursday. I hope I didn't jinx it. Let me take a look at the weather for this week. Mostly sunny.
Nice.
Today, 103 is going to be the high temperature. In fact, it looks like triple digits all week long. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 101 for the high temperature, and mostly sunny, but a chance of rain on Thursday. So let's take a look at that. That's what Cool Canyon Nights is. In the evening, we're looking at it somewhere 20 to 30% chance of rain for Thursday.
Ooh,
mostly sunny, 102, the high temperature on Thursday. Going to stay in the hundreds for Friday and Saturday, but really that Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and then overnight into Friday looks like it's going to have our best chance of rain. Let's actually make it a 30 to 40% chance of rain. Hey, buddy. Hey. What are you doing? Okay.
We
All
need
right.
we need to do an anti-rain dance.
You're late to work. Who gets a you, boss? I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. What you gonna
So I saw Deadpool Wolverine yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
I can't really say, can I? You know, the way everybody gets their panties all twisted and not
You can
thinking
say,
I'm going to get
you can say
spoiled.
good or bad. Those are the two things you can say.
I think he liked it.
But you can't give reasoning. And you already said that you spoil things.
People say that about me.
No,
I don't
you
know
said
that it's true.
Yeah, you said it yesterday. You said it's not even my fault anymore. It just happens.
It's like Spider-Man No Way Home, where everybody
knew.
shows up cameos from across different
Oh.
Are you talking about the
iterations
movie?
of
Are you
Spider-
talking about?
I'm talking to the Deadpool Wolverine is like that. If you like just everybody showing up and making
Don't talk about it.
How am I supposed? You asked me.
I said good or bad. That's it. All you can say is it was good or it was bad. Don't talk about it.
I'm going to quote Gen Z here. It was mid.
Okay, there you go. That's about as much as you should give. Don't say anything else
Okay. All right. No more.
because you're gonna get people mad.
There's the key. I just
People
lock
get
my
mad.
mouth.
There you go.
Throw away the key.
I came in to check because when I was driving in, all I heard was the immigrant song on KLAQ. I didn't hear us.
Yeah.
We played the immigrant song.
We played Police Stole My Car for about 15 seconds.
Nice.
Yes.
Police stole my car.
Yes.
What's that?
Police stole my car. Bum, 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 bum.
What are you talking about?
The Christmas song remake?
Oh, okay. How did that
by
get
Bob
on?
Rivers. Because I thought it was just another song.
Okay.
And it wasn't. When it started playing the Christmas remake, I was like,
realized
this is
that it
not
was
what
a
we're
Christmas
doing.
song?
Yeah, we had to switch it to
I missed
the
that part.
immigrant song.
Okay. You know what? If you just stayed silent, I would not have even known that. You played. Who did you think Bob Rivers was?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a parody song guy.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, not nearly as famous as Weird Al Yankovic, but pretty well known. Let me give you real quick an update on the Olympics. As of yesterday, the Team USA got 8 more medals, but none of them.
Oh,
But none of them were gold.
We hold a high standard.
I don't know if anybody's ever proposed a point system so you can figure out who actually wins, in quotations, who wins the Olympics. Like 1 point for a bronze,
Yes,
2 points for a silver, and 5 or 4 for a gold.
That'd be good.
Yeah, but as far as I know, nobody's ever codified that. Overall, we have the medal lead. We have 20 medals, Team USA does, after day 3. But if you go by the gold medal count, we're in 6th place. If you're just counting golds, Japan is in first.
Oh.
Okay.
They've got 6 gold medals. Then France, China, Australia, and South Korea each have 5 gold medals. Wow. U.S. has 3. But Simone Biles is going to be participating in 4 events today.
Did you see any of her stuff earlier this week?
I saw that she has a calf injury, but I don't know if that's going to hamper her or not.
She did one flip that was crazy.
Shouldn't some medals be worth more than others, though?
Depending on the sport.
Are you going to codify
Like badminton.
A badminton
Is the
and
same
an
as
archery,
basketball.
or soccer?
I would say that the athletes would think so.
Right, if you asked them in their sport, they're playing the most important sport at the
To them,
games, for
yeah.
sure. We got a silver and a bronze in skateboarding, a silver and a bronze in women's swimming, 2 bronze in men's swimming, a bronze in men's fencing,
Yeah.
We need Tonico in there.
and hold on, the men's gymnastics team took home a medal. For the first time since 2008, they got bronze in a team event.
Nice.
It's a big deal. They hadn't medaled since 2008. Meanwhile, the U.S. women's basketball team crushed Japan by 26 points, which
Crushed.
they should. I mean, Brittany Griner's 6'9". The only person they have 6'9" or taller in Japan is Godzilla. Okay, so there's one you're definitely hoping we're going to get gold in the women's basketball. They have now won. Listen to this. The women's basketball team, undefeated since 1992. They've won 56 games in a row. dating back to the 92 Olympics. That's the dream team year for men's basketball in Barcelona.
But somehow the men's team is not dominant.
I don't know. They really took it to Serbia and South Sudan already, but
Yeah, all right. Let's hang our hat on those.
They should be able still, I think, to just crush any of the competition. But Steve was trying to explain it the other day. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
they've come up with running different systems that kind of, they don't nullify the American advantage, but at least they make the other.
He was saying they play defense. That's all he was saying.
Yeah, he did say they play a lot more defense. We're going to get to today in sound clips. Joe Biden talked yesterday at the LBJ Center in Austin, Texas, about many things, but one of them was about his ideas for Supreme Court reform. So, do you know what the deal is now? When you're a Supreme Court justice, how long is your term?
Life.
Until you retire.
Right.
Or God retires you.
That is not necessarily, is it a constitutional thing? Or just by practice?
I think it might be.
I don't know if it's in the Constitution, but apparently you can add Supreme Court justices.
Well, that's what
as a possibility.
I was just about to say is that
I am not a Supreme Court justice scholar.
The number of 9 wasn't set by the Constitution. That one I know for a fact is just tradition.
So Biden's proposal, among other things, is 18-year term limit for Supreme Court justices, and also. Oh, yeah, don't take gifts that look very much like bribes.
Yeah.
Try and avoid that if possible. We'll have today in sound clips coming up here in just a few moments.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, July 30th.
It is International Day of Friendship. No war, be nice, give out some hugs. It's also National Cheesecake Day. They fed that cake to Greek Olympic athletes in 776 BC. It's a lot of BCs. It's also National Whistleblower Day, so narc on some corruption. And that's your Daily Calendar.
Double G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day.
Baccarat Crystal Shrimp 2 Ghosts. Visit doubleeagleonline.com to make your dining reservations.
Oh, we're back.
Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show, 95.5 The Q.
I had kind of teased it a little bit. We've got today and tomorrow left in the month of July, Iron Maiden. And then Thursday is going to be the first month of August. KLAQ celebrates August all month long by giving away one of the best Ghost collectibles from the band Ghost. Our grand prize winner is going to get, signed by Tobias Forge of Ghost, a Phantoman guitar by Hagstrom in a big, fancy, heavy case, a $2,000 value, and that's without the signature.
$2,000?
Yeah, but it's signed by Papa Emeritus Tobias Forge. So starting on Wednesday, every weekday, Monday through Friday, we're going to tell you the Ghost Song of the Day. We're going to do that during the morning show at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. And we're going to tell you what hour it's going to be played in. I might even see if I can get permission to play a little snippet of the song. So when you hear that song, you'll want to be the 31st caller on the studio line. And make sure you got the studio line. You might want to call us this morning. It's 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. But that's also the number you call when you hear the Ghost Song of the Day. All of our qualifiers win the new Ghost movie soundtrack right here, right now. And you're qualified to win the grand prize, the autographed guitar from Tobias Forge of Ghost. Happy August, everybody, from KLAQ. Did you go up and eat at our dining deal sponsor this week?
Yeah, I went to the Double Eagle in Old Mesilla. It was amazing.
So Double Eagle, I can tell you, has a Sunday brunch that is like special occasion stuff.
They don't have it anymore.
Oh, crap.
After the pandemic, but they do their special Sunday brunch for holidays, major holidays.
All right. So they're going to be our dining deal.
But tell me about the buffet. I'm sorry.
Oh, you would go and, they had 2 different seatings. And if you missed the first seating, you would sit around and wait like 2 hours for the second seating for brunch because it was champagne. By the way, help yourself. Salmon, lobster.
Yum.
Eggs and toast and everything. Did I mention they'll keep filling your champagne up for free
and over
and over again? So that was the Sunday brunch.
That was kind of the service it felt like we got yesterday, just from all of the staff that worked there. Everybody from the waiters to the chefs came out to talk to us.
Oh, yeah?
We had several of their appetizers, their chili con queso, their margaritas. We got to try their famous margaritas. But then the food, man, was just insane. Tomahawk steaks.
Hey, Alberto, wouldn't a tomahawk steak have been great yesterday?
Yeah,
Alberto's really bothered that he doesn't get
missing
invited.
these calls.
Mac and lobster. Lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of the best I've ever had. 24-hour braised short ribs. Mahi. The dessert, it was crazy. It was amazing. Everything delicious.
You ate in the haunted room?
Do you know about the hauntings?
Sure. Yeah, I know the stories.
Oh, okay, yeah. Everybody said that they like, even the chefs came in and they were like, "Yeah, we're pretty skeptical, but I definitely seen stuff after working here for 3 years."
On Friday, you'll be able to buy a $50 food certificate for only $25, and I don't know what the limit is on that, if it's 1 or 2.
I believe it's 1.
But you'll be able to use that $50. You get the full $50 value, but you only pay $25 for it.
Totally
for the
worth
Double
it.
Eagle in Old Messiah.
One of the nicest places I've gotten to eat, and you know what I really enjoy is the decor. Looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is Buzz's decor. That's the kind of stuff you would want in your house, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like old-timey Edwardian style furniture. Steampunky almost.
It did feel steampunky.
That's an old, it's an old place.
And now, today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. This is Today in Sound Clips. I'll save maybe I'll just save the Olympic stuff for a second segment.
Nice.
Speaking at the LBJ Library in Austin yesterday, President Joe Biden outlined 3 reforms he wants Congress to pass. The first dealing with presidential immunity.
I'm calling for a constitutional amendment called No One is Above the Law Amendment. It holds, and I mean this sincerely, it holds that there's no immunity for crimes former president committed while in office.
It kind of says something that the current president is like, hey, you shouldn't be covered for crimes you commit while president, and that the former president is all for it.
Because doesn't that mean that
I have to do crimes?
I might
need to do crimes, and I don't want to get in trouble for them anymore. President Joe Biden outlined a few things he wanted to see changed when it came to the Supreme Court. Here is Biden talking about the changes he would like to see. First and foremost, term limits for Supreme Court justices.
The second thing I'm asking for, we've had term limits for presidents of the United States for nearly 75 years after the Truman administration. And I believe we should have term limits for Supreme Court justices in the United States as well.
How about term limits for the Senate? Joe would have been out in the early 80s.
That's a good point, too. Yeah.
They had term limits for senators. I mean, this dude was in the Senate for like 50 years, man.
Not just him, Robert Byrd. I mean, just all of those old school. Lindsey Graham. I mean, he's been for almost as long, probably.
Biden said that he supports an 18-year term limit for Supreme Court justices. Let's hear that one.
The bipartisan commission I convened analyzed various term limit structures. Based on their report, I believe the best structure is the 18-year term limit.
All right. Biden said he is also calling, and this is the third part, for a binding code of conduct for the Supreme Court. So, the Supreme Court, we kind of think these are the people who are going to be the most fair, the wisest, the most thoughtful and sagacious, the incorruptible. We have now got to start talking about Supreme Court justices who accept very generous gifts from wealthy supporters.
And then they rule in their favor, too, don't they?
The concern is somebody buys you a nice trip or gives you and your wife, Jenny, a new RV to travel around the country in, and if they ever have business before the court, if they ever have business before the court, are you going to be fair based on all the gifts that you received from these people? So here is Biden calling for a binding code of conduct for Supreme Court justices.
I'm calling for a binding code of conduct for the Supreme Court.
One person.
Wait, you're telling me that we haven't had a binding code of conduct?
We kind of trust them to be so righteous and good that I guess we've never needed to have it. One person immediately spoke out against the president's suggestions. House Speaker Republican Mike Johnson slammed the plan, saying that it would erode the rule of law and tilt the balance of power in Washington. In a statement, Johnson said the Biden administration has been trying to delegitimize the Supreme Court and said this dangerous gambit of the Biden-Harris administration is dead on arrival in the House. He's right about that. There's no way this gets through the House. Also, it needs to be ratified by a certain, I think, 2/3 of the states.
Oh, so it is a constitutional amendment.
This would be a constitutional amendment.
Oh, okay.
So it would have to get ratified by the states. That's a whole other can of worms. I think this is more symbolic, probably, than anything else. At least it's not getting accomplished anytime soon. Mitch McConnell talked about Biden's suggestions. He says the proposed changes would not be compatible with the Constitution.
President Biden and his leftist allies don't like the current composition of the court, so they want to shred the Constitution to change it.
All right. We're going to talk about some of the people in the running to be Kamala Harris's running mate as vice president, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Over the weekend, Minnesota governor, he's one of the guys being considered. He was speaking at a campaign rally, and he made use of a word. And he says, this is kind of how Democrats look at Republicans, and this kind of has caught on.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. So we're not afraid of weird people. No. We're a little bit creeped out, but we're not afraid.
So, yeah, they're weird. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is also considered a potential running mate, and he is out campaigning for Kamala Harris.
She's not only ready, she's damn ready. And you know who else knows she's ready? Donald Trump knows she's ready. And you know how I know this? Because he's afraid to debate her now. Do you see that?
I actually do have that audio of him talking to Laura Ingraham about why he will not debate her.
He went on Laura Ingraham, and she said, some people are saying ridiculous things that you said. You won't have to vote in 4 more years if you vote for it. And, can you explain yourself? And Trump's immediately like, you won't have to ever vote again in 4 more years.
They got it right.
It's like these Fox hosts tee him up, and he just totally, you can almost see them slapping their own forehead. Remember, Sean Hannity earlier this year had Donald Trump on and was like, people are saying you're going to be a dictator. You're going to be a dictator. Only on day one.
On day one, I'll be a dictator. That's it.
All right. You want to play that audio?
You know what? It's part of a full clip, so I'm going to have to change some stuff out.
Okay. We can move on to some other things. An 18-year-old Canadian girl saved 16 hikers and campers from a wildfire last week. 18 years old, by the way. She was working her summer job at a resort, but she was also a volunteer firefighter. Hey, shout out to all 18-year-olds out there. Do you have a summer job and you're also a volunteer firefighter? Because this 18-year-old is.
That's a good point.
Here's Colleen Null breaking So there was a fire going on, and she guided and led all the hikers and campers, 16 total, out of the fire.
The smoke was coming up from the mountainside. It was big. I had previously rode up a horse up to that lodge on that same trail. And throughout the way, me and my employer, my contractor, we had cut logs on the way up. And I made count, there was 67 logs. So they'd be 67 cut logs on the way down. And so I used my tracking skills, followed horse tracks, horse manure. I do it because at the end of the day, I know I'd want to go home and I'd want to have somebody there to help.
Oh, man. That is
Get on the ball, 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Volunteer.
Don't you have a 17-year-old?
One who's going to be 18 in like 3 months. I think I'm going to clip this story and play it for her. We're going to take a break. We've got some audio from the Olympics yesterday. The Americans won, a bunch of medals, but none of them were gold. So we'll come back and have that on the way for you here in just a few moments. More of Today in Sound Clips on the way right after this.
95.5 KLAQ.
Full back-to-school expo details at KissElPaso.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com. The Q 95.5.
95.5 KLAQ, the trooper from Iron Maiden. And that is part of July Iron Maiden.
Ooh, we're almost to the end.
Mm-hmm. Just a couple days left. But you'll still hear some Iron Maiden. And starting on Thursday, the first day of August, is the first day of August. We'll be playing Ghost songs. Every time you hear the song, you can get registered to win a great grand prize at the end of August. It's an autographed Phantom guitar by Hagstrom. It's autographed by Tobias Forge, also known as Papa Emeritus, also known as Papa Legba, also known as Papa Got a Brand New Bag.
I don't think he's Papa Legba.
Well, anyway, it's signed by Tobias Forge of Ghost.
Which is crazy because yesterday I was just at the Double Eagle and I saw a ghost.
You did?
Wow.
Big ghost guy.
They
ghost
told you
watcher.
stories about a ghost.
Yeah, they did. Although they have a lot of artwork around the premises, and one of the paintings is of a little girl, like a very creepy painting.
Like a creepy little girl. Why is it that little girls are so creepy?
Well,
I mean, think about it.
They are.
Like
weird.
the Ring Girl.
Yeah.
The little kid singing 1, 2, Freddy's coming. Everything about little
the
kids.
two twins from
from The Shining?
The Shining.
Petrifying.
But
I saw two twins, like, I don't know, Target or whatever, and they were dressed identical, and they were little girls.
And you put your crucifix right to them.
It creeped me the right out. Right. Back, demon spawn.
So the girl is holding a doll in the painting. It's a huge painting, and her eyes constantly follow you. And the doll...
That's the sign of a good painting.
The doll doesn't look like a normal doll. So the lady Lori, who was actually showing us around,
and
said,
this is at the Double Eagle.
At the Double Eagle,
that's our dining deal this week.
Yes,
you go to see the ghost room for yourself.
Yes, and they fully publicized this. This is not a secret or anything. So the girl is holding a doll of her dead mother. So I guess the people, the family or somebody asked a doll maker, like, can you make a doll of her mom? She died.
Wait, this is a photograph or a painting?
No, a giant painting from like the 1800s or something.
Oh.
Still spooky.
Yes.
So here's the thing I was telling you about. Over the weekend, Donald Trump told a group of Christians at CPAC that if they come out and vote for him this year, they won't ever have to vote again. I mean... Never. Here's the raw audio. Tell me what other way you take this.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years. You know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
So Fox News does this thing when Trump says something like this. They do an interview, and they get one of their Fox reporters to do an interview with him, and they say, hey, some people are saying some ridiculous stuff.
It's crazy stuff.
Right. And then Trump, just right to their face, just says, no, that's pretty much what I said.
They're also attacking you for other ridiculous reasons.
This is Laura Ingraham. They're attacking you for ridiculous reasons.
They're saying that you said to a crowd of Christians that they won't have to vote in the future.
Yeah, let me say what did I mean by that. I had a tremendous crowd speaking to Christians. I mean, this was a crowd that liked me a lot. I think I'm at 97% or something. And they're treated very badly by this administration, okay? Catholics are treated unbelievably.
Joe Biden's a Catholic.
Are Catholics treated
No,
badly?
he just says things, and then people try and go, well, maybe they are, and then justify.
I mean, I honestly don't. I haven't talked to any Catholics who've said, that we're really being targeted under. Anyway, so he's talking about how much the Christians love him. But the question was, what do you mean you're not going to have to vote again after this time?
I mean, this was a crowd that liked me a lot. I think I'm at 97% or something. And they're treated very badly by this administration, okay? Catholics are treated unbelievably. They're like persecuted. And if I might say, before I go into the other, Jewish people, if you're Jewish and you vote for Biden or the Democrats or Kamala or whoever's going to run, I guess it's going to be her. But if you voted for her or the Democrats, you should have your head examined.
Okay, all right. Before we even get to the headline here, that's just like... The kind of things that would have been politically disqualifying automatically for any other person in a sane timeline is not, he drops these things like every other sentence.
Because nobody's ever been treated so badly by this. This administration is destroying Israel, et cetera, et cetera. So with respect to like a statement like I made, that statement is very simple. I said, vote for me. You're not going to have to do it ever again. It's true. Because we have to get the vote out. Christians are not known as a big voting group. They don't vote. And I'm explaining that to them.
Okay, that's insane.
Not big voters.
Christian voting blocks are historically one of the biggest and most reliable voting blocks in American history.
You never vote. This time, vote. I'll straighten out the country. You won't have to vote anymore. I won't need your vote. You can go back to not
you don't have to vote for you because you have 4 years in office.
Look.
They keep trying to put the words that they want in his mouth, and he just doesn't go along with it.
Known. You know who else doesn't vote? Gun owners don't vote.
Okay.
That bullet done rattled his insides.
No, you know what's interesting is he can just say things, but he doesn't have to give examples.
And she is like his assistant. So the woman interviewing him is trying to straighten him out and say, no, but you mean they don't have to vote for you. And he still doesn't get with the program.
Just to be clear, what you're saying, though, you're not saying it's being interpreted as you are not surprised to hear.
No,
by the left as well. They're never going to have another election. He's saying there's not. So
first time
so
we've even heard.
Can you even?
Okay, Jesus.
First time we've even heard.
Yeah, she's like basically coaching him at that point.
Right, coaching. Say these. Look at my lips and repeat these words. And he's not going to do it because I think he wants to kind of turn America into an autocratic state with him as the autocrat. A bus driver is being hailed as a hero after saving a toddler who wandered into a busy street. The mom was at work and the father had taken a nap, and somehow the kid managed to sneak away. He was wearing diapers. He had an iPad with him at the time. So I guess he was following Google Maps. And he was 4 blocks from his home.
How did you get there?
He just got out of the house. Look, you've got to watch. If you've got...
What, are kids like dogs?
Yeah.
So there are plenty of people who have had little kids that will tell you, yeah, you could keep your eye on them. They might just decide to go for a walk in the neighborhood. You've really got to keep your eyes peeled when you got little kids like that. The bus driver, and this happened in New York, his name is Peter Warner. Here he is talking about seeing the toddler walking in the street.
I noticed a little boy running down the middle of the street. He had his iPad in his hand, in a diaper and a tank top, no shoes, and I immediately stopped the bus. I actually blocked the intersection with the bus. I got out, secured my bus, took the baby in my custody. The kid was running down the sidewalk. I would figure that the parents would be chasing him, but he was in the middle of the street, dead smack in the middle of the street.
All right.
Oh, my gosh.
Sounds cold, too.
Peter Warner, the bus driver, says that when he met the child's mother, she gave him a gigantic hug, and they're now Facebook friends.
Oh, nice. That's a way to meet a friend. Hey, I got some neckline calls.
Nice.
I've got more clips, and I've got about 2 minutes to do them.
Oh, no, I'm just saying at some point we're going to get through all these neckline calls, right?
Yeah.
What are they about?
One's about you specifically.
Yeah.
The Osbournes have apologized to Britney Spears for their comments they made a couple of weeks ago about her dancing videos. They posted this preview to their new podcast, but it's Ozzy, Sharon, Jack, and the daughter, Kelly, apologizing to Britney Spears.
Can we apologize to Britney Spears?
Oh, yeah, Britney, I really owe you an apology. I'm so sorry for making that comment. However, it would be better if you didn't do the same dance every day. Change a few movements.
Britney, never stop dancing. I love your dancing. It makes you happy, and I'm so sorry if any of us offended you.
Listen, I like Britney.
I love Britney.
I love Britney Spears.
She...
It's the same dance every day.
No, sometimes she has knives.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes she has knives.
I really do apologize. I love you, and I think you're beautiful.
Okay. It's not the same dance every time. Sometimes she has
got knives.
All right. Let's get a break in here. We'll come back. And, yeah, if you got a bunch of neckline calls, line those up. You call, leave a message for us on the neckline. The most famous number in El Paso is the neckline.
Yeah.
So I wish I could turn it into a jingle that you can't forget, like 1-877 Cars for Kids or something. But it's just a long series of random numbers.
What rhymes with neck?
844-805-NECK. That's 844-805-6325. Neckline. 844-805-NECK. And you can call, leave a message for us during the show or anytime, 24 hours a day. Let's take a break. More coming up right after this.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from AC/DC to Alice in Chains to...
with sound effects, but you get the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station. Broadcasting from El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, welcome to Tuesday, everybody. If you're just joining us, Nico said he's going to do Joanna's Hollywood Cheesemate.
Yeah.
Nico's Hollywood
Cheesemate.
Nico, tell us more.
You said there were a lot of calls. Some of them had to do with Alberto, who's filling in.
Yes.
Hey, you're getting paid for this week, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I am.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, right? No?
Yes, sir.
All right, here is our first neckline call.
All right, let's hear it.
What's up, Mo Show? It's ODG. Hey, Alberto, you got to speak louder, man.
My fault, man.
You were low talking the whole show. You can't low talk on the radio. Speak up, Alberto. Speak up. And go buy me a water. The water with the electrolytes. You broke bastard.
All right. So, yeah, make sure your microphone level is up high enough. Yeah, that people can hear. All right,
Keep
what else?
waters on me.
Morning, guys. Hey, I was listening to Monday's show. Thank you for posting it on Monday late. I don't know if you guys ever done, but you know what? I was just thinking about it. You know, they do have a real sport of medieval sword fighting, right?
I've seen that.
That could be. I think that should be part of the Olympics. So you know what would be really cool? I like what Buzz said. Like do like the arrow flame sword play. Mix fencing with extreme tag and an obstacle course. So, I mean, that would be so cool. I mean, it'd be just, I don't know, like just waiting for the Star Wars lightsaber competition to pop up on the curriculum for the Olympics. That'd be so cool. All right, guys, I'll let you go. I'm walking my dog this afternoon. Bye.
I've seen the medieval sword fighting. It's not very authentic because you're not allowed to kill the other person.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one drawback.
But it's a lot of blunt force trauma, and they're very well armored, and it looks exhausting.
It looks
Have you
cool.
seen it? They
Yeah.
had a TV show.
Yeah, I watched the TV show.
Yeah. What was it called?
First night.
It was
I don't know.
like UFC. Did they have swords?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
they did.
Do you know?
I don't think they
but
were, like,
that was, but
stabbing
was real
each other.
close combat. Like
It
usually
was.
they'd get in a clinch, and then it was elbows, gauntlets to the face.
But it wasn't to the death. There was like a point
Yeah.
system, and
Now, I don't know if you know this, but in real medieval combat, when you got up close like that, you know what the move you were going for would be,
pull out your knife and stab him through the
Yep.
eyes.
or through any kind of gap in their armor. The neck was a good place to go for. If you can get your dagger, which was called a bodkin at the time, if you can get that out and get it in there, you kill this
Wow,
guy.
Buzz, I didn't know you were such a medieval warfare aficionado.
More up next on the History Channel.
Well, I'm kind of a history dude, right?
Yeah, you're a history dude. How about some more neckline calls?
Sure.
Nice.
All right.
See, it's not as easy as I make it seem, is it?
Forgot the Polar Express, and there's the Wild Wild West, Will Smith.
Yeah, I've gone through these. That one makes no sense, so I decided not to play that one.
Oh, my bad.
We're playing it. We're playing them. We're giving them all a shout out.
How about what about Sergey's about CNN?
Hey, I was channel surfing yesterday, and I don't know how you can continue to watch CNN after it's lied to you, Buzz, for so long. You too, Nico. It lied about Joe Biden's mental decline, and now their latest tactic is to lie to you about Kamala Harris being a border czar, when she was appointed by a border czar, as reported on CNN by Ed Levendera and Brianna Killer. She was appointed border czar, and since it's such an utter failure, they're trying to memory hole that and say, no, it never happened. Don't believe your eyes. Believe what we're telling you. It's crazy, man. Media sucks.
Okay, so
CNN.
Let me first address this real quick. She was appointed. She was absolutely appointed. Or first of all, a czar position. It's not an official.
That doesn't
anything.
exist.
It's not a real anything.
She was appointed to look at the root causes of migration.
Well, let's call her the czar. I mean, I think she was considered the immigration czar at the time. Whatever.
Let's say that's not a position.
It is an unofficial position. She was unofficially designated.
She was tasked to find out what the root causes are of people leaving their home country.
Look, Obama had a healthcare czar. I mean, it's fine. Lots of presidents have people that are dedicated to one topic and that they are the czar of that topic. That's fine. And she was appointed to that position. But it was also like a backhanded position because they really didn't give her anything power or anything to do.
Yeah. It was more of like an exploratory investigation type of thing.
Well,
listen.
Hold on. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was the one that kept the power to manage the border. So while they did in name call her the border czar, she was never given any practical power to do anything about it.
A politician doing politician things. Oh my God, I'm blown away.
I mean, if we're gonna
come on, dude, get a grip.
If we're gonna compare news sources, Fox had to pay almost $250 million for spreading election fraud lies. So
just because them both.
There's that.
With your life.
Again, you're just like speaking in the background. You need to.
I even have it turned up. But okay, I'll turn it up.
Anything else?
Yep.
You got more?
Did you put me down again?
Yeah, I did.
Because you're a bad boy.
Good morning, Buzz, Nico, and Alberto. Hey, what was the song? Who was singing the song right before the Led Zeppelin song this morning? It was the most, never heard of it. It was an incredible voice, and I'm not able to access my computer now, so please...
We're not Shazam.
No. It's Alberto played that Christmas song by Bob Rivers by mistake.
Was it that? Yeah, it might have been that.
It might have been the Bob Rivers.
Was he talking about someone singing?
Say who it was, please.
Okay.
I think it was Bob Rivers.
There you go. Bob Rivers, man.
How about some Olympic audio?
Yeah.
From yesterday.
Love the Olympics. I was just talking to Mike, our engineer, about this yesterday, that I really was a fan of channel surfing. Like, I could just sit there and just, like, go to different channels and, like, find one to watch for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Specifically for the Olympics?
Well, that's how I used to watch the Olympics, because I was just channel surfing anyways, and I would catch, ping pong or badminton or track and field at one point. Now you pretty much have to have the Peacock app or
you do.
Or cable.
Yeah. It's not on NBC, right? As far as I'm concerned.
There was big excitement at the Paris Olympics with the male gymnast of Team USA last night. Steven Nedorosik took off his glasses. They're calling him Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman, because he wears these nerdy-looking glasses, and then he took them off and did his specialty, the pommel horse. His excellent performance secured bronze, the first for the men's gymnast since 2008.
It's a home run. Oh, my God. The drought is over. Team USA, they will be on that medal stand.
Olympic medalist Steven Nedorozic, you did your job.
Now it's official. The drought is over. There'll be no more questions of when. That time is now. Medalists at the Olympics, the U.S. men.
At one point in your life, I hope everybody in the world gets to experience something like that.
Fat chance. This is Steven Nedorozic, okay? The guy that they're calling Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got some real dorky looking glasses on. They interviewed and talked to his talked about his outstanding performance on the pommel. Here's Steven Nedorozic watching the playback of his triumphant win.
Going up to pommel horse, last guy up in the whole competition, I had a good feeling that our team was in a great spot. I just knew I had to go up there and do my job. Team USA gets a medal. I think you could see it right away when I land. Oh, dude, goosebumps right now, man. That's the best moment of my life.
The internet has had so much fun with you on social media with the whole Superman deal, the whole Clark Kent deal. The glasses come off, Superman gets on the pommel, right? America said, that's our guy, right?
Here's the final call as Team USA for the women defeated Japan 102-76.
What a second half for the United States. Complete dominance in the final two quarters. They win it 102-76 and start their journey for an 8th straight gold in a big way with a big win.
A Eurosport commentator named Bob Ballard has been kicked out of the Olympics. He's been booted from Olympic broadcast after a purported sexist comment he made about the Australian women's freestyle relay team. After the team had secured a gold medal performance, here's what Ballard said.
Well, the women just finishing off. You know what women are like. Hanging around, you know, doing the makeup.
Outrageous, Bob. What? Some of the men are doing that as well.
We're doing the makeup.
Yeah. Does anybody else think that's harmless?
It wasn't the worst. You know, women with her standing around with their makeup on.
But they're playing a sport. What are they? When are they not doing their makeup?
I mean, it's old man status.
Yeah, right. The backlash was swift. He said, well, women just finishing up, you know what women are like, hanging around, do their makeup.
Was that yesterday?
I don't know if he said it yesterday, but the news is from yesterday. Yeah.
Castellanos homering today.
The backlash was swift. Action was taken quickly. Eurosport called Bob Ballard's comment inappropriate and relieved him of his Olympic duties immediately. 2 days after the comment, Ballard apologized, saying he never meant to cause offense with his comments. All right, are you ready to do the Hollywood Cheesemate now?
I am.
All right. Joanna is on vacation. Don't worry about Joanna. She's fine and will return on Monday.
It's the Hollywood Cheeseman. It's the Hollywood Cheeseman.
Nico.
More.
Hello and good morning.
All right, you've never done this before, have you?
Yeah, I have.
The Hollywood Cheeseman?
He has. When it's just me and him, he does everything.
How do you think that's different than news?
He juggles it all.
I don't know.
Well, Deadpool and Wolverine is mopping up at the box office, but there is some behind-the-scenes reporting going on. Wesley Snipes.
Oh, you're going to do that? This is what I was afraid would be considered a spoiler. I had this audio, and you guys said don't do any spoilers. To me, this is a major
spoiler.
By your definition, this is a major spoiler.
Oh, you know what?
Police will be coming for him.
You know what? You put me in my place. You put me in my place, sir. Because I did get mad at you about the spoiler thing. And let me give you a...
So I think you kind of let the cat out of the bag for
Punch
people who
him in
don't
the
want
head.
any kind of spoiler whatsoever. But go ahead. If you
no,
don't
maybe I
want any
should do that
spoilers
because
about
okay, yeah.
Let's hit a break. This is how bad it was. We need to hit a break.
Do we?
Break.
It seems like we just came back
from a break,
dude.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
How many more do we have this hour, Alberto?
We have 2 more.
Yeah, we're fine, dude.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
All right, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers about Wolverine and Deadpool, this would probably be
Okay, now, since we're making that announcement, does that give me 5 minutes grace period that I can tell you more specific? Because you're doing this story.
I know.
This is a major...
Which makes me think I shouldn't even do the story. I should just can the story then.
Well, yes, definitely don't do the Deadpool story and move on from that one. What else do you got?
Well, DJ in our app chat does say, just when you keep saying, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday, I keep taking my headphones off. Please, Buzz, just don't talk about it at all.
Yes, just, you see, we ruined that man's day.
Okay, so this actor did an interview
He
about
did.
showing up in this movie, and I'm supposed to pretend that it doesn't exist. He did an interview with Entertainment Weekly.
That's got to be a spoiler in itself, just the fact that he's...
All this spoiler stuff, it sounds like a bunch of...
So maybe it wasn't that
whining
undercover that he was going to be doing it.
I was surprised. I didn't see that one coming.
Because he was announced. He was announced at Comic-Con. He was brought
go
up.
ahead. 5 minutes, go.
All right. Wesley Snipes has revealed how Ryan Reynolds got him to reprise his role as Blade for his smash hit in Deadpool and Wolverine.
So many thoughts about this, guys.
Reynolds previously worked alongside Snipes on the Blade movies. In Blade 3, Trinity.
Okay, he was, and it was Jessica Biel.
Yep.
And he was so pissed off, Wesley Snipes, that they were trying to replace him, the franchise lead, by bringing in these new characters.
Right.
These two younger white characters that he threatened the director. The director had to get a motorcycle gang to provide him protection from Wesley Snipes, and they basically filmed Blade 3 just using cutaway shots and reaction shots because Wesley Snipes couldn't be on the set because he was so pissed at how they done him.
Well, they did have a relationship before. So all it took was reaching out to an old friend. Wesley Snipes reveals that he didn't think Disney would even want him because there is a Blade movie in the works starring Mahershala Ali, but it seems like he didn't have to worry.
All right.
So I was like, I don't know how you're going to pull that off. It's very unlikely. And I said, well, if you can make it happen, sure. I'll come and do it. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, why not?
They make anything happen. It's all about timelines and alternate realities.
And Mahershala, cast for the next upcoming version of it. And so I thought that didn't make sense to me. But, you get a call from Ryan Reynolds out of the blue after 20 years, you go, okay, I got to take this call.
That's about how long ago Blade Trinity came out. I heard he was just so mad that he couldn't be on the set with anybody during the making of that. Okay, welcome back, everybody.
All right, we're done.
We're
no
done?
more Deadpool talk for the rest of the show. Hulu has officially announced the premiere of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Friday, September 6th, with all episodes dropping at once. The unscripted series follows a group of 8 Mormon mom influencers caught in a scandalous world that implodes when they get caught in the midst of a swinging sex scandal that makes international headlines.
Wait. Is this a reality show or a scripted show?
Both.
Were you even listening to me?
When you started talking about the international sex scandal, I started paying a lot of attention.
The unscripted series follows a group of 8 Mormon mom influencers caught in a scandalous world that implodes when they get caught in the middle of a swinging sex scandal that makes international headlines. Now their sisterhood is shook to its core.
Are they sister wives? Like they're all married to the same dude?
That is a good question, and I don't have a good answer for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Faith, friendship, and reputations are all on the line.
What's the nature of the international sex scandal?
I guess you'll have to tune in to find out.
They be sexing. That's the sex.
Did you ever watch
Big Love?
Big Love?
I knew you were going to say that somehow. Yes, I did. That had Bill Paxton in it?
Bill Paxton played the husband. He had these 4 wives.
I did not.
Now, you would think that having 4 wives, you could get up to some, Alberto, I'm speaking your language here, some freaky, right? With 4 wives.
Well,
that sounds fun.
They're not allowed to ever do it
all together?
No.
What?
No, and they've got to dress super plain. It takes all the fun out of group sex, I'm afraid.
It doesn't sound like my cup of tea at all.
Wait, so group sex is your only cup of tea? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, guys. That's not my cup of tea.
You know, the only way I like to have it is when there's tons of people in the mix.
In the
It's
show,
not all together.
In the show Big Love, so they're polygamous. Bill Paxton and his wife, a lady I used to work with named Jeannie Triplehorn.
Who was she? The blonde one?
No, she was the older one, kind of like the
You
mother.
worked with her?
Yeah, she was G.D. Summers on KMOD back when I worked at KMOD Radio in the
I love that
friggin'
actress.
80s. Yeah.
Was she cool?
Yeah, I didn't know she was going to be an actress someday. But anyway, he buys adjacent houses, like 2 houses on one street and 2 houses on the street right back behind, and knocks down all the fences. So
Has them all living together.
And they all have their own house.
Nice.
So when he's going to...
Separate but equal.
I guess so. Any more about the Mormon mom's story?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not really anymore. They're just saying that you got to check out the story, about the Mormon moms. Although what you're talking about in Big Love is like fundamentalist Mormon. I know a lot of Mormons here in El Paso.
Sure.
There's a big church, and a bunch went to my school.
Mainstream Latter-day Saints have not practiced polygamy since the 1800s. None of those people are still alive. Now, there have been radical offshoot groups that definitely practice polygamy, but on that show, I think Bill Paxton's family was supposed to be some kind of middle ground. They weren't as far. I think it was Bruce Dern was the real radical leader, and these people live
in a commune,
in a commune, and child brides and all that kind of stuff, and that Bill Paxton was kind of the middle path, so to speak. But
Well, Peacock is releasing a 3-part true crime docuseries called Face to Face with Scott Peterson. The show looks at Scott Peterson's case from 20 years ago when he was found guilty of killing his wife, Lacey, and their unborn son, Connor.
Has there been some kind of question about his guilt?
It will talk about possible mistakes in the evidence and other theories about what happened. The show will have Peterson's first on-camera interview since 2003 and includes talks with his sister-in-law, former detectives, and former lawyer. The director, Shireen Anderson, has been researching the story for over a decade. Here's a quick trailer.
In prison since April of 2003. Scott has not spoken on camera about the case in those 21 years.
Why should anyone care about what you have to say 20 years later?
Because I might not have done it.
Didn't he take him out on a boat? He did. Right? It involved a boat, and when they arrested him, he had gone golfing.
Yes.
He did it.
San Diego, somewhere.
It's all guilty type of behavior, it feels like. But Nancy Grace, I remember, was really on top of this case. Like, you could not turn on headline news HLN without...
Well, and Nancy said he did it, so...
It must be true. Following her standout role on The Golden Bachelor, Joan Vassos is set to star in the new ABC series, The Golden Bachelorette. The show, which premieres on September 18th, features Vassos, a 61-year-old school administrator from Maryland, as she embarks on a journey to find love again after the death of her husband. In the first promo, she shares her ideal qualities that she looks for in a partner.
In her ideal.
Mom, how do you feel about kissing another guy on TV? Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to get used to that because you don't want to be with somebody that you don't like to kiss, so you have to, try it out. I'm going to probably kiss a fair amount of guys on camera. I'm sorry, guys.
A fair amount?
Yeah, we were not expecting that answer.
Here's so they've done the Gold Bachelor and the Gold Bachelorette. They're going for people who are widowers or widows. Mm-hmm. Like, how about just somebody who's divorced?
Yeah, why do you need the sad story?
Why do you have to have the story?
Dead?
Why do they have to be dead?
That's a good question.
It has to be morbid. It adds to the morbid factor. But I hate those type of shows.
It's kind of cool to see old people dating.
It's kind of cool to see old people dating. Go to the old person home. They'd be more than dating there.
I did when I lived with Buzz. I saw it all the time.
Shut up.
Aladdin star Mena Massoud's production company Press Play Productions has released a trailer for their new film Spaceman, which blends sci-fi, fantasy, and...
Aladdin
Space star.
Aladdin.
Did you hear me?
Aladdin star.
Mena Massoud's production company.
The live action Aladdin?
We're speaking.
I assume so.
Okay, all right.
Do you know who Mena Massoud is?
No, what's that?
He's an actor, apparently. And his Press Play Productions has released a trailer for their new film.
That was what women go through, like at midlife.
Yeah.
I am going through Minna Massoud right now, so.
Okay. It features J.K. Simmons, Massoud, and Trevor Kopp. The story centers on Kopp as an artist named Spaceman and his journey to confront imposter syndrome and rediscover his creative passion. Directed by actor-turned-director Dan Abramivsky, known recently for directing the short Play It Again. Here, Spaceman employs classic Hollywood techniques along with modern practical effects.
Don't do this, son. Don't do this, son. Dress up like a clown for the rest of your life?
I'm not good enough. I don't see us the way that you do. You have no idea.
Whoa. And as long as it has J.K. Simmons, I say it's going to be worth it.
He's going to play Santa Claus there. It was a preview before I saw it. Before Deadpool Wolverine came on, he plays Santa, and he's ripped. J.K. Simmons is ripped.
Like physically ripped? Like muscly?
How else would he be ripped? Ripped in half?
And his main helper is The Rock. So.
Wait, The Rock is his sidekick?
Yeah.
In the Santa Claus movie.
In the Santa
He
Claus.
should play an elf.
He'd be a huge elf.
Well,
Master elf.
Finally, Travis Kelce's VIP suite at Arrowhead Stadium now features a framed poster from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. A Swiftie named Reagan shared photos from her tour of the stadium on TikTok, revealing the suite where Swift has watched all of Kelce's games. In the suite, next to a large poster of Kelce in uniform, there was framed a photo of Taylor Swift performing on stage. This is where Taylor gets to sit, she said. Do players get their own suites at the stadium?
Buy one, rent one.
And I think she got it, because, they might have just given it to him for free because
it's them.
It was so much promotion, not just for the Chiefs, but for the NFL last season. I don't know how many people who weren't interested in football got into football because of this, but they definitely probably watched football because of this.
And with your news, I'm Nico. Entertainment news.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more on the way as the Buzz Adams Morning Show continues right after this.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
For your property and your peace of mind, Doppler Dave Spielman, the Borderlands chief meteorologist.
El Paso's own live and local, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
Got an update from the Olympics. One of the favored Americans has been bounced in the singles tennis division.
Who?
Coco
Gauff. And it was not without controversy. So there was a line call that did go her way, but she got beat. I'll go over some of that, some other Olympics notes. Let me give you a preview of Loudwire Nights. They've got a guest that we had on just a few weeks ago. Remember, we interviewed Sonny Sandoval of POD. And we were so excited because that was a band you loved in high school or junior high.
It was. It's a band I still love.
We're going to celebrate the recent release of POD's Veritas. In the 8 o'clock hour, we got a trip to see Pearl Jam. It's a flyaway trip, and we're giving code words out. So that Pearl Jam flyaway code is going to be in the 8 o'clock hour tonight.
You know what that band should do? They should actually have a real big promotion giving away some of the Pearl Jam. Do you know the story of Pearl Jam?
Based on some of the stories I've heard, it would be a biohazard to give away a jar of Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Eddie Vedder's grandma, Pearl, made like psychedelic jam.
Or that it's a euphemism for male sexual
No.
Look at you. Mind blown.
I did not even think of that.
Think about it. Pearl Jam.
No. I thought it was just the story about the psychedelic stuff.
I've heard that one as well. I don't know what the truth is.
Okay, then they don't want to give away the other. Yeah, that would be a terrible promotion.
You know they had a name before they became Pearl Jam. And this is not a joke. I'm not making a joke here. Meeting Mookie Blaylock.
Meeting Mookie Blaylock.
That's not a good name.
So Mookie
Doesn't roll off the
Blaylock
tongue.
was a basketball player. He played at Midland JUCO. And then he played 2 years at University of Oklahoma. And I played some summer league against him.
Really?
Against Mookie Blaylock. Yeah, he went to the pros. He led the league in steals one season.
Oh, that's cool.
And I guess the Pearl Jam guys were pretty big NBA fans, and they met Mookie Blaylock. So their name was originally Meeting
Mookie Blaylock, guys.
They changed it to Pearl Jam. Now, does it have to do with their grandmother's psychedelic preserves or seminal fluid? There's a big question mark on that one, Nico. I don't know.
Question mark.
Oh, that was just an aside.
That was
right?
an aside.
Okay. Oh, because I said we're doing a Pearl Jam trip. God. You got me so distracted. What was going on? It's so weird. The other day we were doing an after buzz, and I don't know if you caught it, but you brought up, sandwiches in the history of sandwich. So I started saying, Nico asked me, what do you know about the invention of the sandwich? So I went on about John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, and how he invented, how the Hawaiian Islands were named the Sandwich Islands, so on and so forth. And you made a comment. This is an example of how your weird, freaky brain works.
It is.
So I was at the baseball game, and we got into a discussion with my friend Robert, who's from the UK, from England.
Yeah.
And he was talking about where he was from, and Brad, I guess, had visited the UK, and he was talking about they got this big wall. So I said, was it Hadrian's Wall? Anyway, I went on.
About Hadrian's Wall?
About Hadrian's Wall. So Robert, the dude from England, was like, how do you do that memory thing?
He doesn't.
That was the same week that you had said something about my weird brain.
I also say
what did you mean by that? You also say I'm senile.
You are. You both have dementia and an amazing brain that is full of like these random interesting facts.
I love a good sandwich.
No, that wasn't the
wasn't the premise.
No, that wasn't what was impressive about it. He wasn't saying he loved sandwiches,
I just knew
Alberto.
every
He was talking about how he knew the entire history of the word sandwich.
That's a dedicated sandwich, man.
It's not.
Right. But then my friend said the same thing. Do you think my brain works in an odd way?
Well, I think that after 30 years of being on the radio and playing Quizmaster for so long, and then in your bathroom you have all those Uncle John readers.
John's bathroom readers. Love them.
You've absorbed so many random facts.
Before they came out, you know what I used to read?
The back of the
Reader's Digest, I bet.
I did read Reader's Digest.
I used to love Reader's Digest. Man,
I would read the Guinness Book of World Records every year and the Book of Lists.
The Book of Lists. Didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. That was
for anybody who may still not understand what we're talking about, I am just saying that Buzz's brain is brilliant in a lot of ways. It allows him to do what he does, and he just comes out with these crazy
I don't think my brain is brilliant, but here's what I think. I'm fairly well read. And if it's something I'm interested in, a lot of it sticks.
At the same time, he will not remember what we just talked about 5 minutes previously.
Like I didn't remember how we started talking about Pearl Jam.
But yesterday.
And that just happened.
Or what happened yesterday or what happened last week. Like they're the very simple things.
Okay. You have, this looks like a Reddit topic to me.
It's kind of a Reddit topic. Yes, actually it is a Reddit topic. It's not just kind of. It is exactly a Reddit topic. Right. Somebody on Reddit asked the question, what is something sociably acceptable for one gender but not the other? And just reading it made me think, well, can't be that many things. And then when I started reading through them, I was like, oh, yeah, these are all the things that it's like, okay, a male can do this, but a female can't. Or a female can do this, but a male can't.
Okay. Well, I think we live in a less gender normative world than we did even 10 years ago. So,
all right.
Let me
But there's still a lot, though.
Sure.
There's still a lot of gender norms. So there's still a long
I
list.
finally got used to the fact that most nurses are dudes.
Yeah, a lot of nurses out there, a lot of nurses.
It's not most, but
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
My cousin's a nurse.
All right.
50-50 maybe.
No, it's definitely a female-dominated industry still.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe just the places I go to have a lot of...
You're just going to male nursing homes? Okay. Yeah. Number 1, visible toes at formal events.
Women can do that. Men should not.
Ever. Well, the thing is...
Damn.
Oh, you
Covered
see?
those ugly corn
He got his
nuts
toes
up.
out.
I
Dogs
just took them out completely.
Yeah, but you're wearing sandals.
Yeah.
Not even sandals. Sandals imply that they're made of some kind of sturdy material. They're flip-flops made out of
There's
plastic.
no such thing as
these are
formal
nice
sandals
flip-flops.
for
These are
men.
like reefs. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm not in a formal event, okay?
You're at work.
Even worse.
Would you go to the airport with
got
your
his dogs
toes
out.
showing out of your shoes?
Yes, he would. I know him. He a freak.
Would you?
I mean, it's a lot easier
You see?
it's a lot easier to put your stuff in the scanner.
Freaky frog.
Disgusting.
Yes. He'd be raw dog in the airport, toes out. That's crazy.
I don't have a foot fetish for the ladies, but men should not, above a certain age, you should not be showing your toes unless you're a professional surfer.
Yeah, that's not true. And it's not even the question. The question was visible toes at formal events.
Okay.
Right?
Not paying the tab on the first date. Women.
We've got a call from one of our regular callers, Tracy, who finally got a good phone.
Nice.
And he's got a lot of advice for Alberto about
can't wait to hear that.
dating.
All right, next up. As a former bartender, it's being grabby. Everyone says men are overly forward. Drunk middle-aged women are the worst. I've had women grab my junk in front of God and country, and everyone just laughed it off. If I did that, I'd be in a hospital or prison.
Yeah. Like a group of women, like a bachelor party, could get pretty wild, and none of them end up like losing their job or being charged with sex crimes.
Okay, as a comic, the worst at shows are drunk women.
They grope you when you get off stage?
Not immediately
Jokes are
off
off
stage,
the
but
top.
no,
they talk. They're loud. They're out of control. They think the entire room is about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you
hey,
heckle
I'm here
them?
with my girls.
Do you heckle them?
Right. Do I heckle them?
Yes. Like, if they heckle you, do you attack them? Like, you know what I mean, or no?
I don't go.
But you like,
anyways,
verbally to reprimand
it's
them?
just like it is kind of I feel like a well-known thing that drunk women.
Yeah.
Watch your behavior, drunk women.
If a man lays his hands on a female bartender and fondles, anything that he's not supposed to, you're probably going to jail.
If it's non-consensual, yeah.
3, going to the toilet together. Women can do that. Men, if they do it, they're probably sniffing coke.
I know that for a fact. I've figured out after all these years where all these women go. Why do they all have to get up from the table?
They're also doing that.
They're either talking, strategizing, especially if you just met them and maybe you're a group of guys, they're coming up with a game plan and probably doing coke.
Oh my God, no, I don't know about that, but definitely when you see two guys go together, it's not normal necessarily.
Well, I've never said, gentlemen, I'm going to the bathroom. Would anybody
like
care
to
to
come?
join me? Under any circumstances.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we should get music in the bathroom. I was in there, and we have 2 stalls, and it makes it awkward when there's 2 people in there.
So we should have music?
Silent.
What kind of music should it be playing? The radio station?
Something.
Yeah, the radio
or like
station.
yacht rock?
Because imagine just, 2 people sitting on the toilet, and it's just, and you can hear the little bloop of the water.
Okay.
It's not good.
All right.
Just mind your own business, Alberta.
Eyes forward.
Yeah. Don't talk to people at the urinal. Jesus. That is so weird when somebody steps up and just like addresses the entire line of guys at a crowded event. You've never seen that happen
Yes,
before?
Steve.
What's the thing?
Number
When
4,
it's like a stall.
being bald by choice. Women can't really do that. It's mostly men that get to be bald by choice.
Sinead O'Connor was bald by choice.
Was she by choice?
Model Grace Jones was bald by choice.
Okay, I guess. We're talking about gender
selective.
norms, right?
Yes,
Not the
few
gender random
selective.
exceptions.
All right, what else? Give it to us.
Kirstie Alley in the first Star Trek motion picture was bald.
Not by choice, but by work.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was. No, not Kirstie Alley. There was a bald chick on one of them, but it wasn't Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, it wasn't
she was
Kirstie
the
Alley.
You're right. My bad. No, you're absolutely right. All right, how about Denai Guerrilla or Michonne in the Black Panther movies? I think that whole group, whatever they were called, the Cold Nidre or whatever, were bald.
The Cold Nidre?
I don't remember what they were called. The ones who were like the bodyguards for Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a choice. The other thing, dancing with someone of the same gender. Women get away with it.
I've seen guys at rock concerts totally doing air guitar together. I don't know if that counts. I mean, it's certainly a different kind of dancing, but dudes get in a mosh pit, and it's 99% dudes,
And that's
dancing together.
Yes. So
I dispute that one.
Okay.
It's just different kinds
I
of
haven't
dancing.
seen guys really dancing that much.
At a mosh pit? Do you know what a mosh pit is?
I've seen them.
In person?
Nope.
We need to
Through
throw them
videos.
in
I've
one.
never seen one in
You've never
person.
been to a concert where they have a mosh pit?
No.
You've never
I've
been
seen
to a
them try.
KLAQ Street Festival?
They kind of scare me. Like,
For
You might
good
catch an
reason.
elbow.
People catch elbows, and you go in, and
I'm afraid a little
surprisingly,
of that.
not many real fights ever break out in a mosh pit.
Well, no, it's because if you fight at a venue like that, at a concert, they kick you out. If you start throwing blows, you're going to get kicked out.
But
if
as long as you're moshing
Yes.
within the rules.
That's why a lot of times that you see people throw like strategic elbows or shoulders, because if you start throwing actual punches and fighting, then they kick you out. But if
Let's
you're
not forget,
just
Jada Pinkett Smith was bald by choice. G.I. Jane 2 comes out Christmas of this year.
You looking to get slapped in the face.
yeah, you about to
son.
get slapped by Will Smith. Again, that's not
She
gender
had,
norms.
what's the condition she has? Alopecia?
Alopecia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
alopecia. Wasn't this the joke that got him slapped?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying, Alberto.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the joke. All right, next up. Peeing. I feel like peeing outside is socially more acceptable if it's somebody with a peen.
Let me tell you something.
That is absolutely
That is
true.
one of the
Girls
best
get 3 beers in
advantages.
them, and they start peeing outside. I've
Really?
seen so many girls pee outside.
Outside, just like outside the bar?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they go to the women's room? I've never seen a woman.
Sometimes they don't want to.
What?
I've seen it.
But
what bars and what women are you hanging out with?
Some raunchy women.
Maybe you shouldn't buy them so much water.
So much water, they'd be peeing outside. No, I'm just kidding. I've seen it. I've
God,
seen it.
It is a
It's
true.
so convenient.
It is.
That's when you know you need to go home, actually. When you start seeing women pee outside, go home. That's a good sign to go home.
No, but it's like one of the perks of being a man. Like I think about it sometimes.
That I do not apologize
Have
for.
you ever like had to go to the restrooms so badly that you like it's like, oh, I barely made it in time?
I've had to go to the bathroom so much that when I finally did make it to the bathroom, the entire sensation was better than sex.
Then it's just so much quicker. I feel like women, you'd like.
No woman has ever made my feel as good as it does.
Oh my God! Somebody says being vulnerable and open about your struggles and insecurities is something that women get to do, but men can't do.
You can do that if you want to be a soy boy.
Oh my God! All right, so I guess this is something that's like that. Thanks for pointing that out and proving their point, Buzz. How about people are calling in, so I wonder what other people are saying.
Okay, let's see what they.
Let me get a couple of calls. So, you said that women dance together, and I've said mosh pits.
Yes,
that's almost not completely. You'll see one or two brave ladies out there in the mosh pit every now and then.
Hey, what is up, morning show? Hope you guys are doing well. It's Wrestler Guy. I'm just hearing you guys talking about mosh pits. Nico, you've never seen one in person? Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to the Lamb of God concert, or any rock concert for that matter,
true.
You will. That's a guarantee.
You should go to the Lamb of God Mastodon show just to see what
When
a
is
mosh
that?
pit really looks
So,
like.
We should throw them in.
Next month, August.
I have seen them online. I've seen them on videos. I even have friends who are huge rockers and that tell me about them all the time.
It's
It
not
just
his cup
sounds
of tea.
terrible. Like, who would want to like get into basically a fake battle?
Throw him a sword.
Have you seen the one, Buzz, where what they do is they make lines, like they actually they form a space and then they make lines on both sides and then they all run into each other.
Randy Blythe from Lamb of God invented that, I think.
What is it called? The Clash?
Yeah, something.
Anyways, that's a fake battle. You're just simulating a fake
war
battle.
Okay, so I think for some people it's a big release of stress. You know, getting out there and engaging in carnage, blows off some steam, possibly.
Remember one time, it was like a while ago. It was a balloon festival, and you guys had a Treyu headlining, and I was in one of their mosh pits, and there was this dude doing this whole hardcore dancing thing. If you're hardcore dancing in the mosh pit, you're not moshing. Anyway. This guy was doing roundhouse kicks, and somebody decided to push me toward him. Long story short, this dude busted my lip, and now I had like a huge gash on my bottom lip. It was crazy. All right, you guys, y'all have a good one. Later.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun concert.
Yeah, it sounds like you left with a souvenir.
Sounds like
I agree with you 100%, Buzz. When that urine builds up in your bladder and that pressure builds up and you finally get that relief, it is better than sex. I call it a gasm. That's right. Gasm.
I had to add it. Daddy D, you can't say that word either.
What did he say?
Pee, but I don't know why you can't say the word.
Oh, like peeing razor, like pee razors.
Took down my bad words thing over here.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't say that either, but he is right. It's a good feeling. Here's another one.
Oh, another neckline call?
Mm-hmm. Am I potted?
You guys are talking about, I guess, the norms of what genders can do and can do. I think one of the things that women can do that men can do is definitely be shirtless. Like, you can't see a girl go for a run shirtless. Just out of the norm. But anyways, you guys have a good day.
What?
You didn't hear that being shirtless. That women can't go for a run shirtless. That there's a lot of shirt laws. And stuff.
I am behind. Listen, if a guy can be outside doing something with no shirt on, I think a woman, if she wants to, should be allowed to do the same thing outside.
Maybe a referendum on the November ballot.
The station is staunchly
that we rescind all public shirt bans on women.
Yes. We are pro shirtless women.
Hey, are you ready?
Staunchly pro shirtless women.
Are you ready for Tracy? One of our regular callers has advice.
Some advice. Yes.
Yeah. Because you talked.
We always take advice here.
You talked about your date.
Yes.
You went on
with the bottle of water. Yeah. Yes.
You went to the gym on her dime, I guess.
I was on her account. I didn't have an account back then.
But she wanted you to buy a bottle of water, and you were down to your last $3.
I won't swear on, or actually, I'll just compress it to one call. These are about the two calls I made yesterday that you couldn't understand. One of the calls was about what's his name, Alberto, and talking about how his date and how he didn't want to buy a bottle of water for this young lady. Here's a rule I think you should go by, and maybe this is just an old guy talking, but
all right, you listening to this?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Listen.
And it's okay. Hold on. Pause. It's not that I didn't want to buy it, because I did. The thing is, I'm down on my last $3. I got water in the car. I just refilled it.
There's
you know what I mean?
Wrong with the water.
Exactly. And it's like it's making me go out of my way to do it, and the way you do it. And that's what it is.
If
I have no problem getting women anything.
Okay. All right. Stop.
Even though I'm poor.
If you don't have money to treat a woman to a bottle of water, you shouldn't be asking out any woman anywhere.
Damn.
After all, you got into the gym.
Wait, what are you saying?
He's going in on me. Okay, and then?
Yeah, you don't have any business
going out with no women.
All right,
Amen,
you know what,
Amen.
Alberto, you need let's hear the conversation. Let's hear the call.
Broke people need love too.
Exactly. Buzz said it right. Yes, sir.
You got into the gym because she has a membership. So she actually was willing to spend more money than you were. So really, I don't know why you got mad at her, because you told her you couldn't even afford to go anywhere, and she offered to host you at her gym. So really, I don't think you have any reason to be crying. And again, my advice is, if you don't have any money in your pocket, why in the world are you asking anybody out on a date? That's just embarrassing.
Wiener fondled. Come on. It's like the same reason everyone goes on a date, brother. Like, come on, like, get a grip of yourself. But yeah,
Well, find some girl on the street that's willing to take $3.
Come on, you see?
He's really looking.
What are we being subdued to here?
Alberto says he's really looking for an older, more financially secure, basically a sugar mama.
Who will not be named.
The other one about the people talking about the opening ceremonies for the Olympics and how this was some insult to Christianity and Jesus. You know, here's the thing. The Last Supper was actually a Seder. I know you know this. You guys already know this. But that's the Last Supper, whatever it's called.
Did you hear that? So he called in and said the painting of the Last Supper was a Jewish Seder, and it was. It was Passover Seder. It's the, pretty
why
much
they break the bread.
holy day.
Yeah.
Why are they sitting on one side?
What?
Why do they all sit on one side?
Well,
for the painting?
They had to pose that way for the picture.
Okay.
You didn't want to see the back of Thomas's head.
Mm-hmm.
For angle purposes.
It was a Jewish holiday. These guys were.
Oh, man.
All right, Tracy, I don't know.
No, okay, he got a new phone just because you shamed him into getting a new phone.
It's your signal, dude. I don't think it has to do with your phone. I think it's your signal.
Make sure you're outside. That happens to me a lot of times when I try to make calls inside. It kind of just gets all fiddled, especially when I move, because I like to move on the calls and it fiddles with it.
So anyway,
your phone is being held together by paper clips.
He's basically saying that as a Jewish man, the idea that the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci is kind of, hey, that's our thing. that was a Passover Seder.
Mm-hmm.
Hey kids, ready for hours of fun?
Yeah!
Then get ready for the Olympics opening ceremony playset. Yes, you'll love spending hours reenacting the event that everybody's talking about.
Ew, what is with the blue guy? What is he doing?
I don't know. He's
kind of scaring me. And what is that one person in the weird costume doing with those two people with the...
I don't know, buddy. They do things differently in Paris, I guess.
I don't like this.
Yes, you'll love the Olympics opening ceremony playset.
Timmy, what are you doing in here? It's 3 a.m.
I had another nightmare about my Olympics opening ceremony playset.
The Olympics opening ceremony playset in stores now.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday
just before canceling entire credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement due. Bill credits and if you pay off device early. Ctmobile.com.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
Today is the birthday of, when you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the whole, a Renaissance man. Greatest bodybuilder at his, for a decade.
Yeah.
Actor. Governor of California.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthday. I feel like Tracy was laying into Alberto pretty hard about a
whole lot of things.
I don't know. A lot of things. If you don't have enough money to buy a girl a bottle of water, you don't have any business going on a date.
Out.
I've always been told that.
There are a lot more broke people in this world than there are rich people.
Yeah.
Amen.
And everybody wants to, make a connection with somebody and
then go to the park. Do something that doesn't require money. But I remember being told that growing up. Maybe he's right. It might be like an older person point of view. But I had always heard like, hey, if you're going to go take a girl out,
better have some money.
Yeah.
Well, but you went to do a free thing. You went to the gym, right?
Exactly. And the thing
on
is,
her account.
She didn't have her car. I picked her up and I had to drop her off. So it's like Tracy doesn't even know he's tearing me a new one. It's like, my guy, she just as bad off as I am. It's like
she didn't have a car.
No. So it's
should have asked you to buy a bottle of gas.
Exactly. It was like, come on, lady.
Yeah, this is going out to the gentleman that was getting advice from the man about the bottle of water.
Okay.
Man, don't listen to that guy. He ain't nothing. He's always thirsty. That's why he's looking for the women too. But really, though, in all honesty, What you need to do is tell the lady, hey, I'm not going to buy you a bottle of water because we got water at home. Let's go hang out. Do it the right way.
We got water.
We got water at home and some Netflix.
At my house. I should have said that.
We got a bunch of app chat messages, and I'm really surprised at how many people are talking about moshing and explaining the moshing. Really interested in the moshing.
God, you really have never been to a rock concert, have you?
I've been to street. Of course, I've been.
They
to
mosh at Street Fest. People mosh at Street Fest.
I know, but I didn't see it. I mean,
yeah, you were up there with the people from District 1.
Are you making a Hunger Games reference?
Yeah. You were up there with Effie Trinket and Caesar Flickerman.
Oh my God, no. Carlos in our app chat says, Alberto doesn't understand that women are told not to accept pre-opened drinks from people they don't really know that well. I've told my sister not to leave her drink ever attended at a bar, and if she does, to throw it away. Not saying Alberto's a bad guy, but he needs to understand women's point of view. Maybe the girl didn't feel comfortable sharing a drink with him.
No, sis, I'm with you. The thing is, I got this water bottle. It's literally an empty Gatorade, one of those empty Gatorade bottles, and I refilled it at the gym. It's the water that I'm actively using.
It's called the.
That's even grosser. It's not like a.
I'm squirting it in my mouth. It's like one of those squirting bottles. So it's like.
It's the poor man's Stanley Cup.
Exactly.
Wait, you're
a
saying
more
like
athletic take on the Stanley
you just got
Cup.
an old plastic bottle that if you finish the drink of.
It's like the green ones that they have on the sidelines.
Oh, at the sports game.
Okay. The sports Gatorade one. I'm refilling.
And it's got a straw like that comes out of the top.
No, it's the one that you have to squirt in your mouth.
It's the one where they have like guys on the field and they squirt
them in the mouth. Yes. I was hoping to foreshadow for something later.
All right.
Morning, guys. I just had a little follow-up with that call that you guys had about that guy saying that if you don't have enough money and don't take a girl out. Yes, he went out. She took... Hold on, I'm trying to get my thing straight. He went out to her gym. Yes, she invited. Was he honest and said, hey, I don't have any money? And if that was the case, then she should have understood. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. But a girl should not expect a guy to pay for everything. Like I said, that's just me. Thanks, guys.
Let me pitch Alberto for any ladies out there, especially any ladies who can buy your own water. Don't need a guy buying water for you. Alberto's young. He's fit. He's reasonably handsome. He's got a lot of that going for him. He's got the attention span of a hamster. I don't know if that's...
Yes, I do. of a squirrel with ADHD, unfortunately.
All right. Anything else from the app chat, Nico?
Yes. Ouija Wood says there are always.
Please always give the username. That's sometimes the best part of the comments.
Oh, always. Ouija Wood says there's always females in the Juggalo mosh pits.
Now that I have never witnessed myself. I only saw the episode of Workaholics about the gathering of the Juggalos. But I've never been there myself.
There was a neckline call about what. Okay, here it is. I'm going to play about the moshing.
Hey, what's going on, Mo Show? Love you guys. This is Steezy. I just wanted to call to tell you when you're at a rock concert and it's not a mosh pit, but everybody lines up and runs into each other. That's called the wall of death, and it sucks. It's not that fun. Go to a rock concert. Don't go to the wall of death. It sucks. Love you guys.
And that sucks. It's not as fun. Yeah, because it's like a battle where they just they run into each other, and you're like, what?
It's like a reenactment of Braveheart.
It's a reenactment of Braveheart. Josh in our app chat says, Nico, you mosh because the music takes over. I guess I can understand that.
I guess the music takes over in different ways for different people. Right. I don't want to go home with contusions and
bruises.
Breaks. Yeah. And you were asking me, like, what is is there any sociological reasoning for doing that? And I told you, the only thing I can think of is a group of juvenile chimpanzees trying to establish who's going to have dominance over the troop.
Yeah, it was a monkey thing. Yeah.
It's monkey brain stuff. The top American tennis player, Coco Gauff, is out of the Olympic singles under controversial circumstances. She lost 6-7, 2-6 to Croatia's Dana Vekic. It was overshadowed by a disputed line call at a crucial juncture, prompting Goff to say, I feel like I'm getting cheated on constantly in this game, adding that it happens to me, it happened to Serena, meaning Serena Williams. A linesperson called the ball out, and Coco Gauff said it was in. A linesperson called the ball out. Gauff pulled up and sent the ball into the net. Afterwards, Gauff, who was the flag bearer for Team USA alongside LeBron, said she felt like they called it before I hit. Bitching and complaining about bad calls is kind of a tradition in tennis. Coco Gauff is certainly not the first person who's ever argued with
John McEnroe, I remember.
Jimmy Connor, Ilya Nastase, Bobby Riggs, going all the way back to Doug Birdsong. I just made that last one up, if anybody. It's not fair, Goff said. In the back and forth with the chair umpire, a supervisor was called. That's kind of a Karen move. You guys are not fair to me, and I hope one day that the game becomes fair, because it's not.
She said all this on the court?
Yeah. I was sitting there arguing with the person in the lifeguard chair.
Nice.
Nice. So Coco Gauff can still win in the women's doubles, but as far as the singles competition, she is out. The U.S. added 8 more medals. None of them were gold, however. So as far as the overall medal count goes, we're in the lead. 20 is what the United States has. But if you go by the gold medal count, and I really wish somebody would do this. I think it's a good idea. Let's come up with a scoring system. Just as an example, maybe 1 point for a bronze, 2 for a silver, and 5 for a gold.
Yeah, but then you're treating it as if, like, the team with the golds, that makes them all better.
You want to get the gold, baby.
I think,
do you think it should be 3 points for a gold?
No, I don't. I think that each one is its own point.
But a bronze?
Don't put your nose down at a bronze. I mean,
I wouldn't even bend over to pick up a bronze Olympic medal off the street if I saw it.
Oh, shut the hell
up. Japan is first. They have 6 gold medals. Then France, China, Australia, and South Korea each have 5. The U.S. has 3 gold medals. We added a silver and a bronze in skateboarding, silver and a bronze in women's swimming, 2 bronze in men's swimming, bronze in men's fencing, and the men's gymnastic team took the bronze. They were celebrating as if they had won the gold because it was the first time they had medaled at an Olympics since 2008.
But see, that's the point, is that a medal, even a bronze, can mean so much to a country, even if it's not gold.
If you were an Olympian and you got a bronze medal, do you put that in your Tinder dating profile? Does that go in?
Oh, absolutely.
As like at what point when you're talking to a girl do you bring up, oh yeah, I want a bronze in Atlanta?
Absolutely. Except what you say is Olympic medalist.
Exactly. Just kind of leave out the important details.
I mean, it is definitely.
For example, if
an
I
arrow in your quiver, I feel like.
Exactly. For example, if I wanted to be like that, I'd just say, I work in radio. They don't need to know I work overnight.
And don't get paid. Just, I work in radio.
And for free.
Oh, he gets paid for overnights.
For free.
Not when he's just sleeping here.
That's true.
Sometimes he's just sleeping here because I don't think he wants to go home.
And I'm homeless.
Okay, so here's the story, and then we're going to do a Mo Show calendar, and then Nico's going to have the news, all right? Joanna's on vacation.
She is.
You may see her around. It's a staycation. I might try and get her to come out to Funky Mungle on Thursday, our final Cool Canyon
She was
night.
asking, actually. She was emailing us.
Are we going to go?
Yeah.
Oh, does she want to go?
She was asking about it. No, I don't think she was asking if... I think she was asking for herself to go, not with us.
What was she asking?
You're not in the group email? Like, she was asking Kevin about the information.
I don't know, man. If there's too many names up there and I'm just one of many names, I don't usually bother reading them. I feel like if it really mattered, you would have sent me an email.
That's true.
Anytime I see like a dozen names, they're congratulating somebody on some accomplishment that they made, and then everybody's going to respond, and then the person who's getting complimented has to respond to every response, and they hit reply all to everybody in the market.
I get those too.
A United Airlines flight to Boston, it doesn't say where it started out from, but it had to make an emergency landing in D.C. on Sunday due to some sort of biohazard. So when they say that, that usually means somebody got really sick, and stuff was coming out of one or both ends. Right. It sounds like somebody on board got seriously sick, and it was very gross. Here's the captain of that flight calling in the emergency.
I talked to the crew, and it sounds like it's quite bad back there. It's still really bad. The crew is vomiting, and passengers all around are asking for masks. It sounds like I think 20-minute flight to Cleveland is probably the better option instead of going an hour and 40 straight ahead to Boston. Especially with it kind of being a biohazard. I think we need to probably get this plane on the ground ASAP.
Whoa.
Nice.
So whatever the precipitating event was, it was making the crew vomit.
I can kind of predict
I
this.
think it was diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Stuff, yeah.
Somebody just let it all go.
To get that sick. I mean, puking is gross for sure.
But it can be cleaned up, and I don't think it would make the whole plane smell.
But
So
what if it was just a thing where it was like a lot of people in the plane, one person threw up, and then another person just has a really weak stomach, so it just set off a chain reaction.
Like the pie eating scene in Stand By Me.
Kind of like that.
Do you get that reference, Alberto?
Yes, my mom bought that DVD at the Walmart
Stand By
bin,
Me.
and
the pie eating
found
scene.
it. Yes, so
Yeah.
like lard blank.
Yeah, lard.
He enters in the
Pie eating
contest, but he maliciously eats like vinegar and eggs beforehand, and then he like vomits all over him.
And then that makes everybody, and people are turning to other people and
vomiting right on him. Exactly, that's what happened. But in the sky.
A good catch there, Alberto.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. It's a good movie.
Alberto, don't do that. Don't be like Nico and tell women you work in radio. They will run around. They will turn around and run away screaming if they know any better. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
I don't tell women I work in radio at all.
He tells me he's a comedian. Right? What do you tell him?
Yeah, that is true, actually.
I mean, that's
no.
You got to tell him something.
He takes his notebook in with him and writes, and they say, "What are you writing?"
Yeah,
and then
you remember my
joke about you.
Yeah, and then they'll go, "What are you writing?" I go, "Jokes," and then they go, "Oh, tell me a joke."
And then
I'm in.
You're talking to the lady bartender.
Hey, I got a neckline call. Are you playing the next one?
I am.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, what's going on, Mo Show? I just want to, take a little jab on Buzz. Hey, man, come on. Hey, a bronze medal is a bronze medal, bro. Third in the world, in the bleeping world, man.
I get it.
Ugh, much love, Buzz. But I think you're that type of guy that, like, you're slouching on the couch and you're seeing the Olympics, and then, you see these people or whoever, Olympian win bronze and all happy, and you go, pathetic. You're just slouching there and watching and judging, man.
Yep.
Much love, man. Much love, Buzz. Anyways, hey, man, third is in the world. I'll take it. Much love, guys. One and only out.
Yeah, Buzz just there with his beer on his couch, like, look at these suckers. Pathetic.
Gold medal. I'd just toss that in the trash on my way out the gym. No, I think that's what you lead with. If you got a bronze in any Olympic, that is just kind of like how you want yourself to be introduced. Hey, I want you to meet this guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He won a bronze medal and then you name it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's just all of a sudden that is major cred.
You were saying it was not major cred earlier.
No, it is. I'm just saying we should have a point system to decide who wins the stupid thing.
Okay, yeah.
And it should be based on you get 1 point for bronze, 2 for silver, and I said 5 for gold because really what you're going for is the gold. If somebody told me, hey, I want you to meet this girl. By the way, she was a bronze medalist in Atlanta for
gymnastics,
for anything, whatever, equestrian, whatever. All of a sudden, really? Yeah, I don't want to minimize, even being at the Olympics. I mean, think of all the thousands upon thousands of athletes who've gone to Olympics and never won anything. I guess you could still say I was an Olympian.
Yeah.
Of course you can. You can say I'm third in the world. I'm the third best at this in the world.
No, I'm saying if you never win any medals, it's still something.
Yeah, I'm still one of the best in the world at whatever it is. What if you got third at the Masters?
Oh, God.
That'd be awesome.
Would you be like, well, I didn't get the green jacket.
I often fantasize about this very scenario.
How big is the purse for going third at the Masters? It's got to be
several $100,000, maybe $1 million or more.
All right, give me your fantasy.
It's just Cinderella story here out of nowhere. The amateur, he's a DJ actually in El Paso. He's sizing this up. He's got about 230 yards, looking like he has taken a 4-iron. I mean, for an amateur, he really hits them as long as the big boys out here. And there's the swing. This one looks good. Vince. It's up. It's in the hole. It's in the hole. Buzz Adams has done it.
If you tied for third at the Masters, you'd take home $1 million.
Yeah, probably.
See?
Yeah.
Pretty little penny.
And you would be telling everybody.
Of course.
Rightfully so.
I finished top 3 at the Masters one year. To get into the Masters, you have to win something else pretty big, either a qualifier or U.S. Open or something. So let's say U.S. Open, if I entered the U.S. Open and had a top 10 finish, that is how I would dine out for the rest of my life.
I'm one of the Masters that they speak of.
Well, let me tell you about the time I finished top 10 at the U.S. Open. Let's get to the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events here. Take a look at what's going on. It's the next to last day of July Iron Maiden. But don't worry, on Thursday, August begins. Today is July 30th. It's Cheesecake Day. When's that music coming in, Alberto?
Music? I don't hear music.
The Mo Show calendar.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. Today is Cheesecake Day. There we go. National Chicken and Waffles Day. Do you remember the first time you ever had chicken and waffles? Did you have it for breakfast?
Was 23 years old. It was a Tuesday, and it was.
I was like 30-something. And
it was late at night.
I thought it was like some kind of, this is stupid. The best combination ever for breakfast is waffles, covered in syrup and butter, fried chicken on the side. National Share a Hug Day. Hey, take it down a couple of notches, would you? There you go. Of course, get consent before you hug. Today's National Whistleblower Appreciation Day.
Okay.
So, who was the whistleblower? Like, we got whistleblowers that are like, they can't come back to the U.S. because they blew the
Snowden.
Edward Snowden. Chelsea
Manning.
Julian Assange. Whistleblowers are really good unless you really piss off the government or the military.
Deep throat.
Birthdays today include actress Gina Rodriguez, who is Jane the Virgin. She's 40, so I don't know if that makes her 40-year-old virgin or not. Hilary Swank, who won, I think she won back-to-back Best Actress. If it wasn't back-to-back, it was like a year in between for $1 Million Baby and Boys Don't Cry. And, like, sometimes I see comments like, Hilary Swank. I think Hilary Swank is one of the most beautiful actresses in Hollywood.
You do?
Do you find that surprising?
Well, I do.
I think she's
a
gorgeous.
she's a very attractive woman. But she's an attractive woman. Are you saying this because she gets
because I see people make comments about her looks. I don't know how some of you don't appreciate Hilary Swank.
She's not a troll.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Tom Green. Do you remember the Tom Green Show? And Freddie Got Fingered?
What a weird movie title.
Tom Green is 53 today.
I love him in Road Trip. Do you remember that movie? where
with DJ Qualls?
With DJ Qualls, and he's taking care of the snake, and he really wants to feed it a mouse. And so he tries to show it to eat the mouse by putting it in his mouth first.
Do you remember he was married to Drew Barrymore for a while? Christine Taylor is 53. She was Marcia in the Brady Bunch movies, and then she married Ben Stiller. So she's been like
Miss Stiller.
Yeah, like a lot of Ben Stiller movies. Zoolanders, Dodgeball, etc. Oh, wait, they're not together anymore. It says with her now ex-husband, Ben Stiller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Did you know Ben Stiller and Christine Taylor weren't together anymore?
Devastating.
I think they're divorced, but they might still be together.
What's the point of that?
Well, you might share kids and other things.
Director Christopher Nolan is having a birthday today. He's 54. Directed the Dark Knight trilogy, Memento.
Do you remember
Inception.
seeing Memento for the first time?
Yes.
What did you feel after seeing it, or what did you get the sense that was going to be a great director, whoever made it?
Blown away.
Right.
And I think I had seen he might have done a movie called The Croupier before that. I believe he did, and that was also like a really good one.
Probably one of the best directors of our
I tried to watch Memento again recently, and I couldn't follow it. The first time I saw it in theaters. No, was it in theaters? I don't remember if it was in theaters or not, but I was blown away.
Do you think your attention span has gotten worse?
No.
Since you started smoking?
Oh, no. It's as strong as ever.
I mean, as much as you talk about, we need to get you tested for Alzheimer's and stuff, I know what the real culprit is. Okay, I just didn't want to say anything about it, but we definitely have a prime suspect here, and it is not dementia. Actor Terry Crews, you know what a big Terry Crews I am?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Come on, Joe, in the house. Terry Crews is 56 today. Also, a birthday for Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe on Friends. She's 61 today. Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus from The Matrix, is 63. And Richard Linklater, the director, is 64. You know that Dazed and Confused, I think, is hands down the best movie of the entire 1990s. And I think the 1990s are hands down the best decade of American movies.
Surprised you've never seen School of Rock.
I haven't.
Which is...
I didn't even know he directed that until I saw it just now. Actress Delta Burke from Designing Women is 68 today. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is 77. 2019's Terminator Dark Fate. I guess he appeared in that. I didn't know if he would be in any movies after he was the governor of California, but sure enough, he's back out there almost immediately making movies.
Yeah.
Got Bill Burr here talking about one of his heroes, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here's what Bill Burr has to say about Arnold. Did I say how old he is today?
Mm-mm.
How old?
77.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
He can run for president.
The double seven.
He cannot.
Well, because he's born from another
He's just
country.
eligible now.
Just like Obama, he was born in a different country.
All my heroes are going down. Arnold Schwarzenegger, another great man. You know what I think it is? I think it comes down to the way he talks. You know? That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania. That should have been the height of his success. But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America. Became famous for lifting weights. He lifts weights. Becomes super famous. Did he rest on his laurels? No. Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down. There's a bomb. Get out of there. Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time. What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. Bam! He does it. Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election. Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades.
Oh, well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. Oh, no, not everybody has got a body like you. But I got to think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I play them too. Oh, baby, reconsider that foolish notion. Some time to pick my heart up off the floor. My heart. When the love comes down without devotion. Gonna take the strong man, baby, but I throw them to the floor. Cause I got to have fight. I got to have fight. Yes, I got to have fight. I got to have fight, the fight.
All right, we're going to get a quick break there. That's Mark Britton, by the way.
Okay,
his
that's
famous
cool.
Arnold impersonation on the Buzz Adams.
Oh, that's cool.
Steve Kaplowitz has arrived. Steve, kind of lay out for me what you want to talk about.
First off, Dazed and Confused is not the best movie of the 1990s. We can start with that.
My favorite, then you can't.
That's fine.
You can't argue with that.
Well, no, I can't argue with your favorite. I think you called it the best movie of the 1990s. I would judge Goodfellas over Dazed and Confused. I'd pick Goodfellas as the best movie of the 90s.
Oh, sure. There are definitely arguments to be made.
Yeah.
My Left Foot.
It's a classic. That's a timeless classic.
88, buddy.
Damn.
88 for My Left Foot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you agree that the 90s were the best decade for movies?
No. I thought the 80s were the best decade for movies. 80s have some of the
They still didn't have great effects though.
No, but I thought some of the movies were the most memorable from the 80s. I'll take 80s over 90s.
E.T. was the highest grossing movie of that decade of the 1980s.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, he looks about as realistic as a piñata. He doesn't look E.T. sucks. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Steve Kaplowitz. There are a lot of people who are saying that I am disparaging people who win a bronze medal.
Are you?
No, that wasn't my intention at all. I just said that. Listen, there should be a scoring system where you award points so we get an idea of who's ahead, because we're ahead for the most medals.
Okay.
But Japan is in the lead for the most gold. I'll explain it to you when we come back.
This is interesting. I want to hear your medal theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe nobody's ever thought about this. So at the end of it, you can count it up. All right, well, you got the bronze, you got the cylinder, the gold, and then you add it up, you tabulate it, and that's your winner.
Oh, we have a lot of people talking about this. You kind of backtracked.
What do you mean?
Oh, we'll talk about it when we get back.
I don't feel like I'm backtracking at all.
I like this controversy on your show. That's good. That's what we need.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we have more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Steve Kaplowitz is going to join us from our partner station, 600 ESPN, right after this.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
CETweb.ed 800-533-2519. The future is in your hands at CET.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Steve Kaplowitz has joined us. Day of Remembrance coming up August 5th is less than a week away. And we're going to talk to Beto Ruiz from the United Way and the Day of Remembrance for the Walmart shooting 5th anniversary.
5 years, man.
Cappy, I got a call from somebody who wants to talk some sports with you. So let's go ahead and fire away on that.
Hey, Buzz. Hey, Cappy. Cappy, this is for you. Everything Dallas Cowboys. So even Zeke Elliott noting how there's fewer people at the training camp, given times are tough right now, but people spend money on stuff like that, you know what I mean? But I think, in a nutshell...
Do you have to pay money to go to the training camp session?
Sometimes, yes. They're not free. Sometimes you actually have to pay to get in.
Whoa.
Yes, and they're in Oxnard, California right now.
Ray Jones has the richest team, the most valuable team in team sports in the world, but he's trying to win a Super Bowl on a budget. And he blows money in areas that he really don't need to. Look at Dak, 8 years going and nothing, and he keeps thinking Dak's going to win a Super Bowl. Anyways, talk a little bit about the Cowboys, Cappy. Have a good day. Bye.
I will say that money is well spent with CeeDee Lamb, deserves, and all these guys are up for extensions, right?
That's true. Oh, by the way,
Micah Parsons.
Clarification on the Cowboys training camp. It's free, open to the public, first come, first serve. They charge for parking. $10 per day for small vehicles, $20 per day for larger vehicles. That's where they make their money back. They make their money on the parking, okay? Now, rumor about CeeDee Lamb is that he could be getting close to a 4-year, $136 to $138 million extension, which would make him the third highest paid wide receiver in the NFL.
I would say he's a top 3 in the league wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yes. So,
but you've got Micah Parsons.
You got to take care of him.
You got to take care of him.
And you might need to take care of Dak.
You might need to take care of Dak. So, I still think Dak Prescott has the ability to lead the Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
We talked a lot about this on the show yesterday. He's the best regular season quarterback that has not produced yet in the playoffs. It's true.
There's that hump that he's going to get over. It's like being a very successful golfer but never winning a major.
Which was like Phil Mickelson his first 10 years of his career,
but he
right?
broke through. Yeah,
he did break through.
He broke through in a big way.
It just took him time, but he broke through. And the same thing. See, here's the key with Prescott, all right? If you're going to rework his deal and you're going to, let's say, give him a 4-year extension and you pay him, $40-50 million a year, but you make it easier on the salary cap, the question is, that means you're done. Like, you're not looking for another quarterback. That's the end. And this is his last year until he's a free agent. So what we talked about on the show yesterday was, listen, if you're going to let Dak walk, you need to find a better alternative. If not, what's the point? Why would you do it? Why not just sign him and lock him up and make it easier to sign guys like Micah Parsons, plus, CeeDee Lamb and your other pending free agents? You got a few of them right now. You got to take care of those guys.
Who makes these final personnel decisions? Is it still Jerry?
It's still Jerry.
It's Jerry.
Jerry
still
Jones
makes the decision.
And the problem with Jerry is that his biggest issue is he waits until the last minute on things. So instead of having the foresight to lock these guys up earlier in their careers where it wouldn't be like this, he sometimes waits until their rookie contracts run out, and then he deals with it when it's time. Well, the problem is it'll cost you more, and usually his team is in a bigger financial crisis as far as their salary cap. So it's a tough situation right now if you're a Cowboys fan.
Got a question for you that has really split the audience here in the past 15 minutes. Academy Award-winning actress Hilary Swank. Hot
or not?
And it was an Office episode about
Somebody
this.
called in and said the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Buzz. I got to hear how you were talking about Hilary Swank, how you found her to be attractive.
Very attractive.
Just wanted to say, I don't know if you remember that Office episode where all the coworkers were voting and deciding to see if Hilary Swank was hot or not. And Michael Scott ended up being the person to break the tie and voted that she was hot. Just a funny reminder. I don't think she's hot. I think she's unattractive. Good actor, but not attractive.
Well, that is when you and I must part company, my friend.
Now, let me say
this. Is it
this.
her birthday? Is that why we were... yeah, that's why we were talking about it. I think she turns 50 today.
Oh, nice. Can I give you the whole thought on this? You could find somebody attractive, but still not find them hot. There's a difference.
That's a good, there is a differentiation or you distinctively make different,
Okay, tell me that's not a hot lady.
Yeah, but there's difference between hot, being attractive, being pretty, being beautiful. I mean, I think these all can apply in different ways.
You've got no taste, Stanley Hudson.
Oh, I do. What are you guys talking about? Some actress, whether she's hot. Who's the gal in question?
Hilary Swank.
Ah, Hilary Swank.
Creep.
Not at all.
She's gonna be nice.
She's
Have you seen
cute.
her with her bangs?
She looks like a monster.
She lives a beautiful movie star. So maybe we should just go to work.
She is an amazing actress.
That's not the question.
She's not hot.
Yeah, thank you, Phyllis.
Okay. Why don't we just put this to a vote, and then we'll be done with it.
I'm not voting.
No one cares. Who thinks that Hillary Swank is hot? Raise your hand.
Yeah, me and Alberto
Okay, and
got
who
our
thinks
hands
that
up.
Hillary Swank is not hot? Raise your hand.
5 to 5.
Thank you, accounting department.
It's a great episode.
So I did a Google search, and some of the other options that came up were Hillary Swank addresses that episode of The Office.
Oh, I wonder what
Is she
has to
hot?
say.
Hillary Swank reflects on the episode of The Office.
I didn't think she ever saw the episode.
No one would ever ask a man that, hashtag Hillary Swank, but I don't even know if it has to do with that Office episode.
Yeah, she addresses it.
That is interesting, though. Like, what is there a exact male analog that we could debate just as much? Benicio del Toro, hot or not? Mickey Rourke, post surgeries.
Pre-surgery, Mickey Rourke was a pretty handsome dude.
Buzz Adams, hot or not?
Hey, would you do me a favor? Would you go tell Marina that the guest is supposed to be on Kiss at 8:45? He's supposed to be on our show at 9.
Oh, really? They actually booked it incorrectly. I like
can
that.
Do that.
Nico, would you please? Because I feel like we might be going down a Hillary Swank rabbit hole here.
We've actually had the Hillary Swank discussion in our house during that episode. My wife and I will talk about that, and we've both agreed.
Yeah, I noticed that you didn't put your hand up in either.
No, I did. I put it in non-hot.
You said non-hot?
Not hot. I feel like she's pretty, but I don't know if I just, to me, there's a difference between someone is hot and someone that you find pretty or even attractive. That's the difference. So apparently everything's been cleared up and smoothed over right now. I think you're okay. It sounds like it. Anyway.
Yes, Nico. What is the latest?
Oh, apparently you said you wanted them earlier.
Okay, sure. Nico put his hand up for not hot.
I think she's beautiful.
Oh, okay, but not hot.
But not hot.
I said pretty, but not hot. Yeah.
I don't know that I would. Look, she's great.
Michael in the app chat says her jawline says otherwise. She does have a strong jaw.
She's got a big set of teeth.
Yes, she does.
I've heard some people call her horse face.
Why are we focusing so much on one person's looks?
Look at that body.
Yeah, but now you're objectifying her.
Okay,
dude, we're talking about whether she's hot or not. We're all objectifying Hillary Swank here, okay?
All right, here's the question, okay? Here's the question. You just looked at a photo of her where she's showing a rack, and the first thing you said was, look at her body, which means you're not even looking at her face. You're just looking at her body.
I'm including her face.
No.
I'm just saying she has a kick-ass body, too.
Here's my question to you, okay? When you look at women, do you for you? What's the most? Why? Actually, I know the answer to this.
We all
know,
know
what
answer.
the most important feature
It's
is. I was
boobs.
yeah, I was going to say. There's
without a.
I just answered my own question. So based on on what you look for, yes, she's hot.
Look
Absolutely.
at her running on they got a pic, like an artistic photo of her running on the beach. She looks like a beautiful.
She's beautiful. I think she's
beautiful.
beautiful. She's
Hey,
very beautiful.
But you could be beautiful and not hot. That's the whole point.
Yes.
That is the point. I agree with. I agree right now with Nico.
Hey, Steve, do you think that? What do you think about this theory that Buzz is so attracted to women with larger mammary glands because being adopted, he never got to breastfeed growing up, and
you don't know what those nuns were up to.
And I think he's making up for it.
Oh my God!
It seems like let me see your degree in
psychology.
psychoanalysis. Yeah.
Hey, bros. Hey, Cappy. Hey, Cappy. Did you hear earlier that girl that Alberto was on a date with? Like, she totally thought he was trying to roofie her or whatever with that Gatorade bottle or whatever. Holler at him. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. Love y'all.
Okay, so you know the famous story where he went on a Tinder date to a gym, and then the girl wanted water, but she didn't want to drink out of his Gatorade bottle full of water.
Right, which he
Somebody
was filling
called
up
in
from
and
this.
said, "Hey, all women know you don't accept a drink from a man, especially somebody that you just met on a dating site, and unless it's an unopened container.
I just never heard of somebody trying to slip a roofie in during a workout. That's not something I'm used to hearing. But
okay,
yeah, we dove deep into this particular topic on Sports Talk months ago when we were talking about Alberto's social life, and it completely took over the show. Like, we went off topic for like an hour and a half
about Alberto.
Yes. Alberto, to me, is the most fascinating human being in this building. Like, we could spend time talking about Alberto, and usually it's very entertaining. So, yeah, I've heard about the whole gym thing. My biggest thing is if you're really trying to impress somebody and she wants a bottle of water for a couple of bucks, just drop the money and take care of her. Why would you not want to, at least, if you find her, like, attractive, why would you want to buy her a bottle of water?
Well, Tracy
called in and said that if you only have $3, you don't have any business going on a date with anybody.
If you only have $3, what are you even doing at the gym? I mean,
he was
a gym
using her
membership is
account.
expensive.
I thought you knew this story.
Wait, you were using her account?
Yeah, she's
know.
like, let's do our date at the gym. I got a membership at, where was it?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
The Tootsie Roll gym, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he went to meet her at the date on her. I had to go pick her up. She never
Nico,
called.
Alberto, what's creeping me the heck out right now is that Buzz thinks Hillary Swank's attractive or hot or whatever. Remember when she played the girl that was posing as a young man and was murdered by her quote-unquote friends? Tragic, and I'm not making light of that. But she played a young dude because she looked like a young dude, and, like, Buzz thinks she's hot. Think about it. Have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
No.
Monster or When Boys Don't Cry?
Boys Don't Cry.
Okay.
She wasn't in Monster.
Okay, you're right.
She played a girl passing as a boy. Her real name was Tina Brandon, and she switched them around, and she went by Brandon Tina.
Well, she was real good in that role.
Yeah, I still think she was hot in that. Even when her face was all messed up and she was, like, paralyzed in a hospital bed in $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hot.
Hey, play this one.
Nobody ever made Traction look better.
Pop me up.
I'm going to play this one.
Okay.
I just took a look of the picture of Hillary Swank. Honestly, I kind of forgot what she looked like until I saw the picture. I honestly almost confused her for Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
my gosh.
Good Lord.
Low blow.
Freaking uncalled for. Do you have a different call?
Kevin Costner? I don't know. Some people think he's great looking. I think his face is like a piece of meat. Anyway, bye.
I think everybody's face is a piece of meat.
Kevin Costner, hot or not?
I feel
like not my type.
So here's the thing. I feel like
handsome,
when
sure
Kevin
women,
Costner was young, and I'm talking 80s, and doing all those movies.
He was a sex symbol.
Yeah, like No Way Out, and then he was in, Field of Dreams.
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves.
The Untouchables.
Was he in Waterworld?
Yeah.
He was,
He was also in The Untouchables.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
He was good in The Untouchables.
Like, they've updated a lot of the Universal tour. So they've got a whole Super Mario land that is just incrable. Like,
is Waterworld still there?
Waterworld is still flipping there, and it's right at the front.
It's one of their best attractions, though.
That and the shark from Jaws.
Jaws,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk to Alberto Beto from the United Way coming up in just a few minutes. Let's make that happen. And then, Steve, can you come back a little later?
Oh, well, they're going to kiss now at 9, and then they come back at 9:15.
Ooh.
They're going to go to Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that sidebar was about.
Right.
And then they're going to be back at 9:15. Okay, stick around. Tell us all about the dining deal this week. Did you go up to Las Cruces to Old Mesilla yesterday?
I was part of that traveling party.
Oh, my God.
So we're talking Double Eagle, which is famous.
Super famous.
Yes.
Nico says they don't do that Sunday brunch anymore.
Only for big holidays, like 4 times a year, and that's it.
I guess post COVID.
Yes, that's correct.
That's our dining deal, and we're going to talk all about it when we come back.
Incredible.
Awesome. Right after this.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. Oh, with Double G. Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 on 95.5 KLAQ. The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Leave up to 4 messages a stop to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, Cappy, is there a limit this week on the dining deal?
1 per person.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tell you, Buzz, this is the dining deal to end all deals. We had such a great time yesterday, enjoying ourselves. First off, Las Cruces has some incredible restaurants.
They really do.
I'm just going to tell you, this is the second restaurant in Mesilla and Cruces that we've had a chance to feature on dining deals. The first was Hacienda de Mesilla, and now we're at the Double Eagle. And first off, Win from the Double Eagle is a huge fan of you and this morning show.
I appreciate that.
He was
Thank
also
you.
a big fan of Nico, who arrived yesterday as
very
part
nice
of our
man.
traveling party. And guys, we were treated like royalty over there, Buzz. I mean, the food was fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. We got to sit in a private dining room, which is where I guess a murder has happened.
That's right. It's the haunted room.
Well, one of the haunted rooms in their restaurant.
Did they fully investigate the homicide?
I think it happened
It happened in the 1800s.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
1800s. Yeah,
Right.
In the 1800s.
it wasn't last week or anything.
Okay.
No,
but
white
white linen, amazing table setup. Just everything looks beautiful and pristine.
Oh,
inside.
no. Yeah, I've been to Double Eagle. It's like super, super classy.
It is.
I won't say fancy, but
No, it's
kinda
fancy too.
It's
I'll tell you right
fancy, yeah,
now.
that's true.
The menu is just outstanding. We started with the green chili cheese wontons, and then they also had a chance to bring out some chili con queso and their fried guacamole.
That was something I'd never had before. Buzz, the guacamole was breaded in something, but still, like you could still put your knife in and spread it. It was very interesting, delicious.
Then we had the long bone short rib as our main course that had been, I guess, braised for 24 hours. The blackened mahi-mahi. We also had a tomahawk that was cut table side for us. And on top of that, Buzz, we also had their lobster mac and cheese. So, I mean, they brought out all the big guns yesterday. And the food was incredible. And then they had dessert served for us too.
A stuffed churro, like with a filling inside, a delicious flan, and a cake, some type of tort.
Now, the reason we're saying this is because on Friday at 10 o'clock, this will be our dining deal while they last. There are 100 $50 certificates, but you, if you get in on it, can get a $50 certificate for only $25 and use it at the Double Eagle in Old Mesilla.
I'm getting one. A minute, I'm setting my alarm for like 10 o'clock because I have a feeling that these aren't going to last.
Go quick,
so I'm getting one of those too. They're fantastic. And again, really happy we had a chance to go. Buzz, I want to take you. We one of these days, let's go to lunch. I'll drive after a show. We'll just head over there and have some fun.
You got it.
You drink margaritas?
Not really.
Okay.
Like the frozen ones? Give me brain freeze. So
no,
bad.
not the frozen ones.
These are like
on the rocks.
On the rocks? Yeah, I can do that.
All right, good.
I'm actually, so I don't, I kind of like am well known for not drinking any liquor. I don't drink liquor.
Just beer.
But
my beer.
Yeah, just your beer. It's my preferred beer. It doesn't matter what type. It just has to be Buzz's beforehand. But they gave us 3 different types of margaritas. And even though I don't like liquor that much, I would drink each one of these margaritas because it was like they were like craft.
Oh, the spicy one.
The one was like spiced with some type of like
tamarind
jalapeno and tamarind. It was smoky.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
Good morning. Hey, I went to go see Deadpool this weekend, and I loved it. I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. It was a good movie. Buzz, please, if you go see it, please don't ruin it for anybody else, please. And people here in El Paso, if you go see it, don't ruin it for your friends or family or anything like that. It's like you'll be surprised who comes out, and then you'll be like, what?
Yeah, there were several of those moments. I saw it yesterday, and I'm just not going to say anything because apparently anything I say is a spoiler.
My 12-year-old saw it yesterday.
Oh,
And
it had some lively language in it.
I heard. He was very happy he went to see it.
I'm sure he was. How was your wife?
Not thrilled with her decision to take it. She might want to mulligan on that one.
I don't know how I would feel sitting in a movie theater with my friend and my mom and be like, and watching some pegging joke come up and being like, Mom, what's pegging?
When the first Deadpool came out, can you look up real quick what year was that?
Yeah.
Because I picked up, both of the girls were in either elementary or middle. So I picked up both of my girls, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like...
2016.
Okay, so they would have been 10 and 12. So I pick them up and I'm like, hey guys, who wants to go see Deadpool? And they're like, yay! And I go, now look, here's the thing, it's rated R. So you're not supposed to be there, but
don't tell your mom.
With me. Also, if there's anything really dirty, you're going to have to cover your eyes. I should have told them to cover their ears because it was a lot more of the language, but there was a scene where Deadpool's girlfriend is a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
So the stripper scene comes on in the first Deadpool, and I look over, and my 10-year-old and my 12-year-old have their hands over each other's eyes.
That's good. You know what? And that also answers my question, because last night, before Joel went to bed, he says to me, hey, Dad, can I watch the first Deadpool? And all I see on Disney Plus, right, like when you had the movie up before you hit play, was it just
mature
content and features full nudity. And I looked at that and I go, let's go watch X-Men Wolverine Origins instead. And that's what we started watching instead last night, because he really wanted to see Deadpool after yesterday.
And what's hilarious is Deadpool roasts Wolverine Origins so badly because Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool in that, like a weird version of it.
Yeah, he played like he was part of the killing crew that Wolverine was in that movie in like the 60s.
Yeah.
That's right. So what you're telling me is this. Wait a few years until he watches the original Deadpool and the sequel.
Nah, he's seen Deadpool 3. He's not going to see anything worse than Deadpool 1 or 2.
Deadpool 1 or 2, yeah. It just gets up. Like, your wife took him to the worst one of all time.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know.
Nah, yeah, he's broken the seal. He can now go see basically anything.
All right.
Are there any drug references?
Yes. Throughout, a ton of drug references.
I remember the one about the blind lady's cocaine was a big one in the second one or first one. And these are Marvel movies.
I thought the blind lady's cocaine was in the was that in the Deadpools, or was that in the new one? No, that was the old one.
I think it was one of the first ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Devil's Dandruff. White Girl Summer.
Miley Cyrus.
We got a couple of concert series wrapping up this week. It's going to be the final concert for the State Line Patio Series on Wednesday and Cool Canyon Nights on Thursday. So let me give this a quick shout out. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Dusty Lowe. We know these guys.
I love them.
Really talented group of brothers and some friends that are in the band. Dusty Lowe is going to be performing at the State Line. Remember, you get there early, have some food, maybe eat a meal inside, and then come out on the patio. The music on the patio gets started around 7:30, so enjoy some tasty barbecue, ice cold beverage, and Dusty Lowe. The final State Line Patio Concert Series is tomorrow. And then Cool Canyon Nights on Thursday, our final one of the season. Funky Mungle, which is one of the most popular ones year in and year out.
Yep.
El Paso loves Funky Mungle and their mix of 70s, disco, 80s rock, new wave, even into the 90s.
They do it all.
It's a fun party.
They do it all.
This week's Cool Canyon Nights event is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Chill out this summer with Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of Ice Tea. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
You know what?
By the way, I went to Raising Cane's for dinner on Sunday, and Joel was with me, and he saw the iced tea photo like all over, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, who's that?" And I said, "He's iced tea."
Well, let me tell you,
he was confused. I had to explain
a song called "Cop Killer." So,
yeah, that would have been a great way to describe it.
The way they talked about iced. Not iced
tea.
Iced tea. When his song "Cop Killer" came out, they treated him like a terrorist, and now he's the guy on the sign.
No.
Canes.
He went to become a police officer on SVU. and then he became the face of Raising Cane's.
Remember, before he was a police officer on SVU, he was a police officer in New Jack City, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right. By the way,
Raising Cane's open till 2 a.m. I just found out.
I love that. And home is some of the best sauce you'll ever eat. The cane sauce is fantastic.
You sound like a real Caniac.
Love Caney. I love it. I do. I'm there. Hey, between Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, and Flava Flav, everybody's mainstream now. Have you noticed 2 of those 3 are at the Olympics?
Yeah. Seriously.
It's crazy how Snoop has his own show coming, and he's also like a correspondent from Paris.
Remember Snoop Dogg used to make porn videos?
Yeah. He had a line of porns, and he would appear in them. He would not appear naked, but he would appear in the scene when the people are having sex. And he's like, comment, yeah, get it, dog. And now he does like cooking with Martha Stewart.
Yes.
Kid shows. I'm surprised he doesn't have his own cartoon by now. But yes, he was a porn producer in the 90s. All right, thanks, Cap, for coming by.
All right, guys.
Take a break. We're going to talk about the Day of Remembrance coming up right after this.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
Friends, to watch the next open, a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
We're in position.
Come on, let's go.
And now, this is going to be good.
Buzz. The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
On a slightly more somber note, but also a celebratory note, this Saturday is going to be the 5-year anniversary of the August 3rd attack on El Paso and the Walmart shooting. Alberto Ruiz is here with us. He's the Senior Director of Community Resiliency with the United Way. Hi, Beto. How you doing?
Hi, boss. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. First of all, I got to compliment you on that mustache. That it probably takes a lot of work to get a mustache that cool looking.
Thank you. I've got a master so I can have it ready in like a minute or 2.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Does it involve wax?
It does. Lots.
Is that technically a handlebar mustache?
It's a variation on a handlebar. What would you call it?
So I'm going for a Kaiser.
Like a Kaiser, that's right.
A Kaiser Wilhelm. Yeah, nice. I like it. So I think for a lot of people, it's going to seem like 5 years has really come up.
Right.
You know, it's already been 5 years since this horrible, horrible thing that everybody in the city is dealing with. The people that were there, the people that lost loved ones, but also just the people of El Paso, you know. So tell me about some of the healing and resiliency activities that are going on this week.
Thank you. And you bring something really important, Buzz, is that it was an attack against El Paso.
It was. Right. It was. Like the specifically, I'm going to draw, you know, I don't want to go into the details because I don't want to give any more credit or publicity one way or the other. But it was like, I am going to drive here so I can take out as many people that I think don't belong as possible. It's horrible, but we survived it, and I think we came out on the other side stronger as a community.
Exactly. And the reason why I say that is because you didn't have to be present. Of course, you have the family members of the victims, you have the people who were there. But as a community, we were all affected. I was at a National Mass Violence Summit last week, and we were talking about the importance of the recovery efforts after the fact. And that takes years because the ripple and effects of secondary trauma can affect anyone. And that's why we were created at El Paso United, to address primary and secondary trauma of every victim, every person who feels affected, and to...
I would also
could you define like that for just what's the difference between first degree trauma or secondary trauma?
Like primary trauma would be if you were in the situation, if you witnessed it, if you are related to a victim,
right?
If you experienced that life-threatening situation.
Okay. I would include in there the first responders who had to go into this horrific scene, and that these people probably spent many sleepless nights over what they saw in the aftermath.
That is correct, yeah. And they were not exposed to the tragedy directly, but they had to do the cleanup, they had to do the response, they had to do all these things that can turn into secondary trauma.
Sure. And so what is secondary trauma?
Secondary trauma is also called vicarious trauma, and it is a type of trauma that it's experienced by being exposed to a narrative or to a specific stimulus. In this case, when people hear about the news of the trial, when they remember that this happened 5 years ago, like all that can build up.
Emotions and feelings.
Yeah, it could be like you feel a little bit less safe. You go to the store and you start looking for emergency exits. You avoid going to that specific location.
Right.
It's,
oh, you know what's interesting? Okay. I find myself avoiding that area for some reason. I don't know why. I just have
such a unspeakable, horrible thing.
But it's been unspoken, and I've never even thought about it until you just brought that up.
And that's secondary trauma. Like a lot of people may not know that they are suffering from it. They just know something's a little bit off or different.
I think there's, a sense of anger, that's also part of it. These are strong emotions.
Irritability, like so many things come into play. And one of our missions is to educate the community about how secondary trauma can affect someone's life. Especially, and it takes years for it to develop and for it to start showing in a community. So that's why we're doing these activities, and that's why Day of Remembrance is something that we promote to provide an outlet to the community where they can come together, mourn the loss of their loved ones, but also reflect on the tenacity of our community, because we've come like so far along. Like after those 5 years, we have built resiliency. We have become a community that's more united. That's one of the things we want to promote, to find healing in unity.
Yeah, let's talk about the physically. It's going to be at Ascarity Park, and it is going to be this Saturday, the 5th anniversary.
Correct. And we have some events leading up to it as well. We have a series of events called El Paso Heals. The first event will be today at the Pat O'Rourke Recreation Center on 901 North Virginia. That's the OY on Montana.
Okay, yes. I know exactly. By St. Clement's.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's happening today?
We're going to have a sound bath there. It's free of charge, open to the community. Like anyone who feels affected or wants to try the non-traditional therapies that we provide may join. It's from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
What is a sound bath? I know you had to explain it
yeah.
to me off the air, but I bet there's a lot of other people who don't know what it is.
It's a non-traditional therapy, and what it does, it's there's singing bowls that produce a frequency of sound that induces what I would describe as a semi-hypnotic state. Mm-hmm. You basically lie down and you listen to the bowls, and it's a frequency that goes more like...
And you could do that at the YMCA location?
Yeah, at the Pat O'Rourke.
I've actually been to one that was part of a yoga ceremony or something, and they basically, take a bowl and it creates this sound that just kind of permeates throughout the space.
All right. You going to have just the one, or are there going to be more?
We have
of
that
them?
one. Then on Thursday, we have another one at the Silvia Carrion Community Center that is located on 709 Lomita Drive. And these are in collaboration with the city. And the day off on August 3rd, we will have one sound bath at the Healing Garden from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Okay.
And if you haven't been to the Healing Garden, like I truly encourage you to go check it out. It's a really nice, serene place inside Ascarity Park by the entrance, and that's where we're having the sound bath. And that's where the first event of the actual date.
Is this information online somewhere?
It is. They can all go to El Paso United FRC.org, and we have all the events there. They can visit us on social media. On Instagram, we are El Paso United.FRC.
Have you dealt with a lot of the family members and some of the people who lost loved ones there in the past 5 years a lot?
Yeah, we do serve the families.
How are they doing?
It's hard.
It varies from person to person.
It varies, yeah. The healing journey for every single individual is going to be different. But what's important is that we're here to provide that support, and they understand that they're not alone, that we're here to help.
Okay, great.
I'm really, I feel impacted by this interview because I had a remote at a car dealership near that area yesterday, and I needed groceries, and I was planning to just go to the Walmart and pick it up, and I thought I can get it somewhere else. And I had thought to myself, why am I avoiding this area? And it didn't really. I never thought of it as a thing connected necessarily to that. But
it's a site where a great tragedy happened, but a lot of heroism
absolutely
also happened there. People helping other people and dealing with this unspeakable event. So, I mean, I definitely wouldn't hold it against Walmart for
no.
Of course not.
I just didn't know that anybody could be psychologically affected. But I wasn't in it. Nothing happened to me. I wasn't necessarily in harm's way.
And for the first 2 years, that's what we heard. Like I feel weird, but I don't think I need the services because I was not there. I don't know anyone who was there, so I don't know why I feel this way. So we had to do a lot of educating and like promoting mental health awareness in the community, because the way you're feeling, like a lot of people in the community feel that way.
All right, so there are events leading up. You can find out all this information. I'll repeat the website that Beto gave just a minute ago. It's El Paso United FRC.org. That's El Paso United FRC.org. And you can find out everything about the community healing, resiliency, the Day of Remembrance on Saturday at Ascarity Park. Will there be a charge to get into the park for the Day of Remembrance?
All the activities are free of charge.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Well, thank you, Alberto, for coming by.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me,
Beto
guys.
Ruiz from the United Way, thank you so much for coming by and sharing with us today, Beto.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back. Nico never got, we didn't even give you a chance to do the news.
Yeah, let's try it.
We'll do some news coming up right after this.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
That's what makes us one battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, we're about to do news. This is a little later than we normally do the news, but we got pretty busy there. Do you want to hear a phone call?
Yeah.
Or two before we get into the news?
Yes, always.
Hey, good morning, guys. Cappy, you guys are talking about letting your kid watch any of the other Deadpools after he's already seen part 3 last night. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but when I was bringing up my kids when they were really young, violence was fine because internet was still a really big thing. Anything that was pretty gratuitous in a sexual manner, I would kind of try to keep from them. There is this part in part 1 where it's like a whole 5 to 7 minute sex scene of them just going at it over and over. And there's maybe 5 seconds during that scene where they're not going at it. So if you're cool with him watching that, then yeah. If you're not, then I would just stray away from that little part. But I mean, they do make it in a funny way, but they're really going at it. Bye. Have a good one.
But they are really going at it.
Steve's kid, who's, I think he said 12, right?
Yeah.
Went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, and I guess
with a friend and his mom.
Steve's wife was not expecting the kind of language in a Deadpool movie
Right.
that you wouldn't find in a mainstream Marvel movie.
If you're not paying attention, you're a parent that's not really into the cartoon movies, and you see a trailer for a Disney Marvel movie, you're going to think, oh, this is a kid's thing, right?
Yeah, if you've been living on Mars or under a rock for 10 years.
No, my mom would not know. My parents don't know anything.
I hate when I watch a movie that I remember as being a wholesome movie, but there's okay, and I'll give you a perfect example.
Porky's.
Yeah, Porky's. At Christmas time last year, I put on, Love Actually.
Yeah, that's a nice Christmas lovey movie, right?
Love,
romance.
you're right. Nice message. It's romantic. I've forgotten there's this whole running joke where Martin Freeman is a stand-in for porno movies, and they keep making porno jokes. And he's there's these other actors. They eventually fall in love because it's a love movie, but they have to pretend dry hump. I don't know if I can say that or not, but anyway. And I forgot. It's oh my God. I completely. That didn't even register for me, Mm-hmm. But watching it with my mom, very uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
In fact, I think I just made the decision. You know what? Maybe this movie's not so great after all.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I love actually.
And you wouldn't have thought that. My dad took me. My mom and my dad took me to see Me, Myself, and Irene. It's a Jim Carrey movie.
How old were you?
12.
I remember the first time I saw a rated R movie. I must have been like 14 or 15.
Oh wait. So I didn't say this. In Me, Myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey plays somebody with multiple personalities, and he has sex with Renee Zellweger at some point, and then when he pees, it's not peeing right. That's how he knows he had sex. God, you don't remember that part?
I don't remember that part.
I got to tell you, there are some movies that really stick with me, and then there are others that kind of evaporate almost immediately.
I remember having to ask one of them, "Why is he peeing weird?" And that nobody wants to have to explain anything like that to their kids.
Morning, gang. So, Buzz, you called me out yesterday. You sensed I had some reservations, some trepidations about our former president. Even though I like him, I'm a Trumpster. I'm a Trumper. I'm a Trump supporter. I do, and you were sensing it, and you're right. I do have some reservations about him, and not for the reasons you would think. So, as you know, I'm a student of the Holy Scripts, the script, I like to call it, the scriptures, the writings. And so in the book of Revelations, it talks about the Antichrist. I'm not saying Trump is the Antichrist. I'm also not saying he isn't the Antichrist. What? To quote Nico. So in the book of Revelation, it talks about the Antichrist and how he's going to receive a head wound. And then in 3 days it will recover.
It does.
Wait, does it really?
Yes, it does. And every time I saw the memes of like Jesus pushing Trump's head out of the way or an angel protecting him, I was like, you evangelical types really love to talk about the Antichrist and who's going to be the beast. And there is a prophecy in Revelation, I want to say 13.
Wow.
That
you
says
even know the numbers.
The beast would have a mortal wound on his head, or a wound that would miraculously heal, and all the people would bow down and worship. So, yes, I'm aware of this, and I didn't say anything about it because it's going to sound like I'm... But if you're going to put out pictures of God's holy angels protecting Trump, I want to point out the Antichrist has a head wound in the book of Revelation.
And then the world will marvel. And you have Donald Trump, who got shot in the head. Well, the guy tried to blow his head off, but narrowly missed his head. Or Trump moved at the last moment, nicked his ear. And that is part of his head. And that is part of his head. And so the ear, so that is a head wound. And then
I think...
Is he making a case for Donald Trump being the
possibly
Antichrist?
Being the Antichrist from the book of Revelation.
He's not wrong.
Okay, so let me quote a little bit from Revelation 13. I got it right. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, keep in mind, Donald Trump doesn't have 7 heads. He doesn't have 10 horns. But that's never stopped Christians from the past from labeling this person or that person or this entity as the Antichrist. So we're going to say it's not going to be disqualifying here. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded as unto death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast.
Okay, all right.
So as a Trumper and a Trumpster, you are at least entertaining the possibility that Donald Trump is literally the Antichrist from Revelation.
Not the devil, though. That's a big difference.
Okay.
And people, the whole world, me included, are marveling at the fact that he narrowly escaped death. And so there's that. Also, there's the fact that when he was running the first time, bear in mind I was not a Trump, I was actually anti-Trump and anti-Hillary. I didn't vote for either one. But bear in mind that, so I did an etymology on his name when he was running.
Oh, boy.
So,
so here's
Is this
one.
where you assign numbers to the letters in the name?
When
and then,
Reagan was president, I remember one kid said, look at this. Ronald has 6 letters. Wilson, which is his middle name, has 6
letters.
And Reagan has 6 letters. 666.
Donald Trump. Donald means ruler of the world. Trump means deceiver.
Donald means ruler of the world?
That's a reach right there.
So Donald Duck is the ruler of the world?
Of the duck world.
I want to back up here. Will you do a Google search? Does Donald mean ruler of the world? Because I've never heard anything like that before.
Yeah. Donald is derived from the Celtic word dumno.
Dumno?
Meaning world, and val meaning rule.
Wow.
It gained popularity thanks to the Scottish king Donald II. It means ruler of the world or world mighty.
God.
Donald Trump. Donald means ruler of the world. Trump means deceiver.
Wait.
This guy's like
Trump means deceiver?
Okay.
So, there's a potential candidacy there for being the Antichrist.
Okay, so by the way, this is Daddy D. As far as I know, Daddy D fully intends
to vote for him.
I think maybe, because remember I played that clip of him telling a group of Christians, vote for me this year and you won't ever have to vote again.
But here's what tips the scales, I think, in his favor. His middle name's John. And John comes from the Hebrew.
For bathroom.
And it means beloved of God. So Donald, ruler of the world, beloved of God, deceiver. And so based on these things, I'm getting the impression that not that he is the Antichrist, but he's a candidate, surely.
Wow. What shall we vote for him for first? President or Antichrist?
A prime candidate to be the Antichrist. Although, I don't think he is. I think he's on the right side. But, so yeah, that's why I have some reservations and some
Got some reservations from Revelations.
About him. The head wound, the meaning of the name. Oh, although, and you say deceiver, that's bad. Well, not necessarily so. Because if you look in the Old Testament, you have the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Or Jacob in English. And Jacob literally means deceiver. Usurper. And, of course, God changed his name from Jacob to Israel, which means God fights.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm aware of all the Bible stories that he's talking about. I'm aware of that.
Well read.
Yeah, well, but it's just interesting that it's like, I think I'm still leaning toward voting for Trump, but there is a possibility
There's a slight chance.
Literal Antichrist.
There's a slight chance. He's still better than the Antichrist is still better than Joe Biden, though.
Right. Or Kamala Harris. I'll take the Antichrist any day.
Hold on. I do want to address something. Padilla brings up a good point. Just renamed the show to Trump Bashers in the Morning.
This is from a Trump. I just played a Trump supporter.
I guess he's talking about in general the kind of commentary that we have, which I don't think anybody has said that we are nonpartisan here. But
I've never claimed to be nonpartisan.
But John, another listener and I believe Trump supporter in the app chat, says this. The reason nobody has called you guys to defend Trump is because most Trump supporters have stopped listening to you. I'm one of those. I turn to other channels and I don't listen to you guys as much as I did before. I've been listening to Buzz since he came to El Paso, but the show's becoming the Have Been Cool show. Before you know it, you'll be the Vote for Beto crowd, like your callers.
Call in, man.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome to call in.
But how about this? We'll try and think of new material. We won't rehash the same things all the time.
That I don't even think I don't agree to that. I am telling you, especially if you are in this cult called the Trump cult, I'm trying to convey to you a very important message. And it might make you angry, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. And the reason I'm doing it is because it's for your own good.
You sound like those really annoying people who go door to door and try and convert you to their religion.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore. You won't have to vote, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you.
It sounds like he says, I'm not Christian. Like I guess the transcript would say he said, I'm a Christian, but it sounds like almost subconsciously he's like, I'm not a Christian.
So you believe that this man is such a danger that you almost you believe you need to proselytize people. You need to convert
for their own good.
Okay.
There's no way this ages well for you. If the more you're into it, already a lot of MAGA people have ended up in prison because they followed this con artist and this false idol. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. You're going to be...
I feel like you're developing a zealous fervor almost as much.
It's more of a life's calling situation. No, I never felt like, I have purpose in life like everybody else does. I want to be a good dad. I want to be a good neighbor. I want to be, all of that. But I've never felt that I really have a purpose. And I feel that this has been, you can call it God or whatever you want, but this burden has been put upon me like a yoke. And that it is my responsibility. And I would be letting down God if I did not continue to try and save people from this awful, horrible cult.
All right.
Christians, I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Okay, so
I am not that zealous. I still enjoy
I am on a mission from God, like the Blues Brothers.
I just want to make fun of everything.
They do this thing on Fox. When he says something outrageous, like, if you vote for me, you're never going to have to vote again, they'll set up an interview to toss him a softball. This happened when he said he was going to be a dictator, and Sean Hannity asked him about it. He goes, on day one, yeah, I'm going to be... You're not going to be a dictator, are you? Only on day one. So they had Laura Ingraham interview Donald Trump, and she's even like, they're coming up with these ridiculous ideas that you want to do away with voting. And it's like, even though she's leading him by the hand, he doesn't go along with it because I think he does want to be an autocrat.
They're also attacking you for other ridiculous reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that you said to a crowd...
Look, she's trying to potty train Trump. It's too late. He's 78 years old. He's not going to get potty trained at this point.
...of Christians that they won't have to vote in the future.
Yeah, let me say what did I mean by that. I had a tremendous crowd speaking to Christians. This was a crowd that liked me a lot. I think I'm at 97.
Look, it's like, did you mean to say you're going to do away with voting and in democracy? No, I'm going to brag about my crowd size and how much they love me, because that's the main thing that this guy is about, the adulation. He doesn't answer the question. Go, no, of course I don't want to do away with voting.
Right.
He goes into this whole
that would have been an easy
tap dance. It's easy. This is like missing a 2-inch putt.
% or something. And they're treated very badly by this administration, okay? Catholics are treated unbelievably. They're like persecuted.
Are they? Really? Who are these Catholics that are being persecuted?
Well, in the 1700s or 1400s.
Is it right? They were persecuted by Queen Elizabeth, not by Joe Biden, who's a Catholic.
And if I might say, before I go into the other, Jewish people, if you're Jewish and you vote for Biden or the Democrats or Kamala or whoever's going to run, I guess it's going to be her. But if you voted for her or the Democrats, you should have your head examined, because nobody's ever been treated so bad.
Did you say that you're going to do away with voting? God, how simple is it to answer that question unless that's what you meant?
By this administration is destroying Israel, et cetera, et cetera. So with respect to like a statement...
What a ridiculous carbuncle of a human being.
Like I made, that statement is very simple. I said, vote for me. You're not going to have to do it ever again.
Dude, your Trump derangement syndrome is honestly off the charts.
Then you're insulting God, because God has given me this task. So, if you're happy with that level of blasphemy, in the face of Almighty Jehovah, then that is on you. And let it be on you unto 7 generations. Yeah, so that's why I keep talking about it, because it's a mission. I've been given this mission by a higher power. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I'm not going to change it. They might fire me, but I'm not going to change it.
You and that woke mind virus you've been infected with.
All right, have a great one, everybody. And
AfterBuzz, listen to it today.
Big Daddy D, I would ask you to consider maybe not voting for somebody who you think is a prime candidate for the Antichrist. Just pitching that out there. Maybe go third party. RFK has worms in his brains, but nobody's saying he's the Antichrist. All right, have a great one, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. So, and the AfterBuzz is coming up later, too.
Show is done.
Are we done here?
We are done here.
I'd like to discuss this further, but I gotta go.
It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.